All right, I'm live. Can everybody hear me? Or is there anyone even here? Let me check that out. I was having problems with my microphone earlier, so I don't know if it's working. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Elijah, movie fan, and I'm sorry, I keep mispronouncing your name. Strahinjagov? Josh, hola, how you doing? Just going to send out a quick message, let everyone know that we're live, and then we'll get started. Dragon Rider, welcome. Hello, nurse, indeed. Hello, nurse. Latest episode of What Went Wrong was awesome. Thank you. Glad you liked it. I'm so fucking pissed at myself that I made that mistake. For some reason, my memory fucked up. Okay, what went wrong? My memory. I said that Shelton Benjamin defeated Randy Orton for the Intercontinental title. It was actually Edge who did it. And I don't know why I fucked that up in my brain, but I did. So it's a minor thing, but it's something that really bothered me. Strahinja. I'll try to remember that. Strahinjagov. Okay. Cool. All right. So, yeah, glad everyone seemed to like it. That's nice. Always good to make a well-received video. What went wrong? Mania 15. God, what went wrong there? Just about everything, except for the main event and the Euro title match. Why did you forget Edge? He's awesome. He wasn't awesome at that time. He was a white meat babyface and was kind of dull. I don't want to say he was dull. He was just kind of like lost in the woods. Like he's got talent. There's something there. There's a lot of raw potential, but he just didn't put all the pieces together yet. And then 2005 kicks in and he put all the pieces together. So, Pelter, welcome to the stream. Okay. Edge got booed in his hometown at SummerSlam 04. Well, to be fair, like all the baby faces got booed almost. It was that whole show was one of the weirdest crowds I've ever seen for a wrestling show. And I'm normally not that angry about contrarian crowds, but it felt like they all got high before the show and just decided to act like assholes. It felt like they weren't even happy to be there. They were just like miserable people that were just there to be miserable for the sake of being miserable. It was one of the strangest things I've ever seen. But anyway, before we get into Saturday night's main event and Clash of the Champions, I do want to talk about, as I've been doing the last few streams, review the wrestling shows that I watched this week. I watched 205 Live. I watched NXT, I watched Impact Wrestling, I watched Ring of Honor, and I watched Lucha Underground. So there's a lot to cover here. Now, let me pull something else up real quick. I did want to mention this. I want to make sure I get the name right. Come on, Internet. I need you to load. Hate it when the Internet gets slow. It's stupid. I agree. It was great. The main event of this week's NXT was really good. That SummerSlam 04 was in Toronto, yes. And Toronto crowds, yeah, y'all act normal most of the other time. But that one show, it's like, that was just bizarre. I don't know what happened that night. It was one of the strangest things. Okay, I found the thing I wanted to find. All right, we're good. All right, so talking about these week's shows. Okay, Patrick, you have to go to New York next year for ROH and New Japan. I'm severely thinking about it. I'm really, really thinking about it. I would love to be at that show, but we'll see. We'll see if it fits into my schedule and my budget, and if it's something I'm going to be able to do. So I would very much like to go to that show, yes. But anyway, going over the shows that I watched this week, I guess I'll start with 205 Live. I started watching this again after last week's show, which had the really good Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy match. I was like, okay, maybe I'll start checking out 205 Live on a regular basis again. This week's show was main evented by Hideo Itami challenging Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight title. And I thought the show overall was okay. I mentioned this last week, but one of the things that 205 Live is really missing is a strong atmosphere. And I think, unfortunately, the show is being put on after SmackDown when the crowd is burnt out. So the crowd is practically dead by the time 205 Live starts. So it doesn't have much of a buzz. It doesn't have much of a great atmosphere to it. It almost feels like the Impact Zone, a lot like in Orlando, where it's just that crowd has just seen everything and they're tired out and they're just bored with the product. So you kind of get this lifeless crowd in front of for the TV show. And 205 Live has a similar atmosphere to it. I'm not blaming the crowd necessarily. I'm just saying, it's just having the show take place after SmackDown. It's just really kind of, it kind of takes away from the atmosphere of the show. And I hope that's something that they fix or find some way to fix it. Maybe even, why is 205 Live called the most exciting hour on television if it's not on TV? Well, if you watch the WWE Network on your TV, it is on TV. I'm hoping at the very least WrestleMania 35 is decent with all the good shows going on in that weekend. Honestly, because I'd be tempted, ROH and New Japan might be my top draw that weekend. That might be the thing I go up there for in Mania. I'd be like, do I want to go to Mania? We'll see. I'll make that decision at a different time. But anyway, this week's 205 Live, I thought the title match was okay. I do like the overall presentation of the show and all the little things that they do. And they've got like all these different guys and feuds going on. They already have Tony Nese expressing his interest to challenge the winner of the Itami Alexander match, which was won by Alexander. We got to see the Lucha House Party in action. They suck, by the way. I found them very annoying. This is the first time I've seen the Lucha House Party, and I like those guys. I like Grand Metalik. I like Lince Dorada, and I like Kalisto, but the party favor things that they use at ringside, I think is really fucking annoying. And I think they are about like the blandest, goofy babyface. Like they are the most bland, most goofy babyface team that you could possibly have. And I don't like them. I just don't. I like them individually. I don't like the idea for this group and pairing them all together. But if they do okay, Elijah, if they do 2 WrestleManias in 1 year, I'll lose my mind. Well, if one of them's going to be in Saudi Arabia, it's technically not going to really fit into anything, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. My pitch for the next What Went Wrong is Bret Hart in WCW. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else more I could add to that hasn't already been discussed a billion times. But yeah, 205 Live, I thought overall was an okay show, and there's a lot of like good structural things that they have. I just wish they'd fix the atmosphere of the show, and maybe even just something as simple as holding it before SmackDown might help and give it a bit more of a lively feel to it. This week's NXT featured a very good main event for the NXT Tag Team titles, Mustache Mountain defending against the Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. Very, very good match. Great action-packed, hard-hitting stuff with a finish that really reminded me of Survivor Series 94, where Bob Backlund had Bret Hart trapped in the chicken wing for what felt like an eternity. You had something like that here where Trent Seven was locked in a leg lock while his leg was injured. And Tyler Bates, after several minutes of this, Tyler Bates had to throw in the towel to save his partner and his mentor. And it was a capstone to what I thought was a really good match. Great tag team action, really good stuff. And they're also setting up some other things, like Shayna Baszler is having, we're going to be setting up her title match. There's going to be it was supposed to be a 4-way next week, but Bianca Belair is supposedly injured and is going to be out of the match. So But we will have Kairi Sane, Candice LaRue, and I believe, who's the other one? Not Lacey Evans. Nikki Cross. That was who the other one was. And they may add a fourth person, might be Lacey Evans, or they might just go with the three-way. I don't know. But it'll be the winner of that will get the title shot. And I'm thinking it's going to be Kairi Sane. So you're probably going to get Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's title. Yeah, I like Shayna, her bully attitude. I kind of like her. The promo and brawl segment she had with Candice LaRue on the show wasn't that great, but most of what she does is great, so I'll let it slide. It's okay. And overall, yeah, NXT, just another really exciting, very interesting, and cool show that set up some things to look forward to at the next TakeOver special. So NXT continues to be entertaining, so really good stuff. And really, excuse me. Excuse me. Normally it comes in threes. Now we're in fours. Did you hear Caitlyn is coming back from the Mae Young Classic? I did hear that. That's awesome. LeRae. Yeah. How did I say it? Did I say LaRue? Yeah, yeah, thank you. Thanks for the bless yous. Yeah, it's LeRae. I meant LeRae. Typically my sneezes come in threes. This time it came in fours. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, the main event of this week's NXT is definitely worth going out of your way to see. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. And then moving right along from there, I watched Ring of Honor, which is a show that aired on – the air date given is 7/6, but I'd never seen it. I don't know. The air dates on Ring of Honor's weekly shows are really weird. It's just a bizarre situation. But good show. We got Cody versus Teton in the main event, which was a solid match. We got to see Bernard the Business Bear take some bumps, which that's funny. And I'm always in favor of seeing Bernard the Business Bear. And so that was good. There was a women's tag match on the show that was okay. The real highlight for me was a no disqualifications match between Bully Ray and Cheeseburger. I don't understand why his name is Cheeseburger, but in any case, you had this really big, brutish heel that was just beating the shit out of Cheeseburger, and Cheeseburger would get these hope spots. And then that later played into Colt Cabana running down and trying to help Cheeseburger. And there was a lot of excitement in that match, and Bully Ray just looked like such a great heel that I really enjoyed the match. So, yeah, the Cheeseburger match was the best thing on the Ring of Honor show I watched this week, on a show that included Cody Rhodes. So that's interesting. Bully Ray got the win, but I thought it was a very entertaining match. Again, it was just very straight up heel versus face. And I really enjoyed it. Did you watch any Friday the 13th movies yesterday? No, I didn't. I didn't have any time. I'm thinking about if I should watch Mania 11 later. It can't be that bad. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Bernard versus Adam Rose's Bunny. Yeah, they could do something with that. But anyway, yeah, this week's Ring of Honor, I thought Bully Ray versus Cheeseburger was the highlight. Moving on from there. Then we got Impact Wrestling, which they're still doing some things that I really enjoy heading into Slammiversary. They did a segment between D'Angelo Williams of the NFL and Austin Aries. They used that to build into Aries versus Moose at Slammiversary. And it ended, much to my surprise, with Austin Aries beating the crap out of D'Angelo Williams and cheap-shotting him and doing all sorts of things. Because typically when they bring in a celebrity, the celebrity almost always goes over and ends up standing tall and looking good. So to see the heel get over on the celebrity and use that to build heat into the main event, I'm like, yeah, that's the way it should be. And it worked, and it was good. It was like, all right, I like that. The main event of this week's show was awesome. Pentagon, Phoenix, and Rich Swann taking on OVE and Sami Callihan in a Tornado Tag Team 6-man tag. And that was a wild and crazy match. There was this one bit where they kept, everybody in the match just kept delivering diamond cutter after diamond cutter after diamond cutter after diamond cutter and their own variations of the diamond cutter. And it culminated with Rich Swann was getting ready to do a top rope move on Sami Callihan. And then Jake Christ came from the opposite corner. And as Rich Swann jumped in the air, he came from the opposite corner, jumped up and hit him with a flying diamond cutter. I'm like, that looked insane. That looked crazy. And that was one of the craziest spots I've seen in a while. And this match was this wild and crazy tornado tag and one of the better Impact matches I've seen in a while. So right now, Impact Wrestling, they're doing some good things. I wish they would stop replaying old matches on the show, and I wish they would stop trying to be like Lucha Underground. or if you're going to be like Lucha Underground, go all the way with it and be like Lucha Underground. They're kind of doing what WWE does, where they're in this half and half shit where, oh, we're a live sporting event, but we're also entertainment. We do skits, and we're also cinematic and crazy. So we do these weird like horror movie style things, and it creates way too much of a clash. And they did this really poorly done bit with Madison Rayne and Su Yung on the show that didn't it would have looked better in Lucha Underground and would have played better in Lucha Underground. Here, it just looked completely out of nowhere, and it creates too many conflicts with the continuity of the show. Like, wait, so who's playing that background music? Who's doing the can the announcers see it? Can the audience see it? Because that's where Lucha Underground succeeds. They pretty much establish that the audience and the announcers can't see the cinematic cutscenes, so that's why they work. It feels like it completes the illusion of being a TV show rather than trying to be a live sporting event with these wacky scenes that don't make any sense. But overall, I'm still actually, the last few weeks, I've actually been enjoying Impact Wrestling, and I'm still kind of excited heading into Slammiversary. They're setting up some good things. LAX, Homicide and Hernandez had a squash match on the show, which was cool. And we've got that match official. It's going to be Homicide and Hernandez versus the new LAX. I forget their names. Santana and Ortiz, I think their names are. And they're going to have a 51-50 street fight. So a lot of hardcore matches on the show because you know Pentagon and Callahan's going to be crazy. And you know Eddie Edwards versus Tommy Dreamer in the House of Hardcore is going to be nuts. So it's like, oh my God, this is going to be a ECW pay-per-view with all the hardcore stuff we're getting. We also got Allie versus Tessa Blanchard set. I like Tessa Blanchard, by the way. I like her. I think she's a good pickup for them. So, yeah, Impact Wrestling is actually a fairly solid show at least it has been the last couple of weeks and heading into Slammiversary. Hopefully they're able to maintain that. And, since they've been running the shows out of Canada, I feel like the energy of the show has gotten a lot better too. It's good God, did they need to get out of the Impact Zone, for the love of Christ. But yeah, so enjoyable episode from Impact this week. And then let's finish up with Lucha Underground. This week's Lucha Underground, which I just got done watching right before turning on the stream. I love this week's episode. I think it's... sorry, I'm catching up on the comments. A lot of talk about the Rosebuds here. That's old news. Have you heard there's talks of doing an all-women's pay-per-view with females from all three shows? I have heard that. Zero Cool, welcome to the stream. Lucha fucking killed it this week. Yes, they did. We had 3 Aztec medallion matches. All of them were entertaining. We had Joey Ryan versus Ivelisse in a really fun match. We had Mil Muertes versus Cage in the main event, which was an awesome like hoss fight where they just beat the crap out of each other. That match was awesome, and I loved it. And Mil Muertes got the win, and we've got all these other big storyline things going on. In the other Aztec medallion match, we had Killshot, the Mac, and Son of Havoc fighting. And Killshot looks like he's going to turn heel, really setting some conflicts within the Trios team. I thought that 3-way was really good as well. I guess 2 characters were killed off this week because we had another sacrifice to the gods for Matanza as he destroyed Cortez Castro, and he was once another sacrifice. And then at the end of the show, we had the reveal of the White Rabbit, who I expected to be a comedy character, given how the Rabbit tribe is. And it turned out to be Killer Cross, who was revealed not too long ago on Impact as the psychotic maniac killer. And now he gets revealed as the White Rabbit, who's going to be leading the Rabbit tribe. And his first command to the White Rabbits was to murder Masquerita Sagrada. So Paul London took a stick and beat Masquerita Sagrada to death. And there's blood everywhere. So now it's like the Rabbit tribe has gone from this goofy gimmick, which I enjoyed. And now they're going to be going into like this Evil Dead type thing where they're violent, crazy people, but there's like a hint of comedy in there. So I really like that closing scene. And the set looked great too. It looked like it was out of Alice in Wonderland. So Lucha Underground, I thought, had their best episode of the season thus far with some really good matches, great angle development. Katrina looked awesome in that red dress, and there's some character development going on with her, rejecting Mil Muertes and refusing to do the Lick of Death. So she's got Phoenix powers now, so she's like alive. So where's that going to go? And like I said, you got the Killshot heel turn. You got the constant sacrifices to Matanza. Pentagon and Cage, their feud is continuing. They're going to be facing each other for the Lucha Underground title next week. I'm really looking forward to that match. So, yeah, very entertaining episode of Lucha Underground this week. And like I said, I think it's the best episode of the season. All right. And then I wanted to close out by bringing this one thing up. I watched Lucha Underground this week on Amazon Prime because I'm still having issues with Univision and Dish Network, and they're really fucking me over because I still don't have access to El Rey Network. And I know there are places I could watch it for free online, but I want to show my support to Lucha Underground. So I went online, I purchased the episode. You can get the episodes for season 4 on Amazon Prime. I went there, purchased it, loved it. But I also noticed there's another wrestling show on Amazon Prime that's for free, as long as you're a member of Amazon Prime. There's a show called Dojo Pro. And I haven't watched any of it, and I guess I'll ask you guys if any of you have watched it, but there's a show called Dojo Pro. It's got a bunch of half-hour-long episodes, and it's one match per episode. And I was looking through it. James Storm is on the show. I think Jeff Cobb, who's Matanza on Lucha Underground, he was on the show, and various other things. And I'm like, okay, I'm curious to check it out. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if it's any good, but hey, more wrestling. I might be checking it out. Who knows? And they're half-hour-long episodes, so it might be an easy marathon watch as well. So, yay, another wrestling show for me to watch. Looking forward to checking that out. Thoughts on the G1 blocks? I think the G1 blocks are great. I can't wait to I think the G1 Climax is starting this weekend. It may have already started. I haven't had a chance to catch up on it yet, but I'll definitely get caught up on the G1. I think there's going to be some great matches in there. Slammiversary will be more extreme than Extreme Rules. Yes, it will. Extreme Rules will be PG and, well, I guess I'm going to watch Slammiversary. I'm probably not going to watch Extreme Rules, so I won't know, to be perfectly honest. But, yeah. Which wrestlers would you like to see in a noir movie? I have no idea. I don't know if anybody would fit in a noir film. First day of A Block was today. Okay, so it just started. Okay, cool. I'll probably play catch-up on Monday while Raw's in progress. I'll just watch G1 Climax matches over Raw. Yeah, watch G1 instead of Extreme Rules. Yeah, don't blame you. That's a better one. So I reviewed all the shows for the week, and I'm going to get into – we're going to start with Saturday night's main event because I feel like changing it up. I feel like we always start with the Clash and then end with Saturday night's main event. But let's start with Saturday night's main event and go into the Clash to close out. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments. Zero Cool. I have a theory about the last vignette with Cross. You go back and notice his handkerchief in his pocket and notice it is animated, so maybe he can bounce them between the real and animated world. Oh, God, if Lucha Underground starts working, like, cartoons into this shit, like, man, that's going to be even crazier. Early prediction, Naito versus Okada in the finals. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people, that seems to be the likely one to go with. All right, movie fan. Extreme Rules will be crappy storylines rules. Yeah, that's what they do. All right, so for those of you following along in the network, we're going to go into shows, Vault, Saturday night's main event, and then we're going to look for the first Saturday night's main event of 1989 in January. So I'll give you all a few minutes to get there. Now, this episode is going to be the first episode of 1989, as I said. The year that I think probably yielded some of Saturday night's main event's best material, it was probably the best year for Saturday night's main event. It's either that or 86. I guess I'll make a determination on that after I've watched everything. But there were some very good episodes in 1989 for Saturday night's main event, especially post-Mania 5 when you start getting into the summer and leading into SummerSlam. There's some really, really strong episodes. So I'm really excited to get 1989 off and running, and we'll start getting some excellent Saturday night's main events here. So what's the official decision on the main event to Bash at the Beach 96? No contest. That was one of the few times where a no contest actually worked because Hogan's heel turn was so shocking that nobody knew what to do. It was like, we're lost. We don't know what's going on here. And that actually, the no contest actually worked for that one. Extreme Rules, more like extremely regular rules. Yeah, for the most part. What went wrong? Adam Sandler. He never evolved, and he kept playing to the lowest common denominator. That's what went wrong. He made some good stuff, but he never, and he's actually a talented guy. He just got stuck in making crap for the lowest common denominator, and that was unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're getting ready to start with Saturday night's main event, January 1989. Hulk Hogan collides with Akeem. The Ultimate Warrior defends the Intercontinental title against the Honky Tonk Man, Mr. Perfect, and more. So we've got a lot to look forward to on this show. And there's a big angle involving the Mega Powers here, one of the key moments in building up towards Savage versus Hogan at WrestleMania 5. So we're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ringside Collectibles, WrestlingFigures.com. New release featuring the Demon King, Finn Balor, Kurt Angle, Mickey James, and The Bar.
That Mickey James figure looks terrifying. There is, okay, that Savage figure, there's a Randy Savage figure that looks awesome because he has the, it's an NWO figure and he has the shark tooth sunglasses. That looks great. But that Mickey James figure looks... What are those minifigures? Are they making like old school like LJN figures? Are they making old school LJN figures? Did the Mega Powers break up before this show? No, but we're getting close to that. We're getting close to that. But there's a teaser for the breakup on this show. First show with Mr. Perfect. Yes, this is the first Saturday night's main event with Mr. Perfect. How would you fix the Order 66 scene if you could? Actually, the Order 66 scene is one of the best scenes in the prequel trilogy, so there's little to fix there. They make the old school figures again. Mattel makes them. That's cool.
Challenge Bass to a match in which loser gets his hair cut by the winner. Bring your...
It doesn't start better unless, I mean, the best way to start was with an insane Ultimate Warrior promo, right? Are we going to watch the second main event special after this? Nah, I already live streamed that. I already did it. I already watched it. Go watch that stream. I heard you didn't like Christensen's performance, so who would you put in that role instead? I don't know if it's more Christensen. It was just, I don't know if anybody could have made that good because George Lucas is just not a great director with actors. He's just not. So I don't think it would have made, I would have gotten a different director. Someone like Spielberg, probably, and let Spielberg pick the role.
Not me, not a king, and not the big boss man until Hulk Hogan is gone from the world.
Hey, we got Akeem, the white black man. I still don't get...
The slicer doesn't know nothing about honor, man. He just knows about lying and cheating. He and the big boss man, they tried to put me away, but couldn't do it. So now he brings a...
Thrawn Invader book comes out later this month. I've already pre-ordered it. It's going to come straight to me. Huzzah. Can't wait. It's a really bad movie, but it's really funny. So yeah, we got a big grudge match on this show, the hair versus hair match between Brutus Beefcake and Outlaw Ron Bass. I don't know if they'll show it here, but there was a memorable segment involving Brutus Beefcake and Ron Bass where Ron Bass took his spurs and rubbed them over Beefcake's face and bloodied him up. Like, whoa, black screen. Am I back? Can you... Wait, let me pause it real quick. Am I back? Can you see me? Okay, looks like I'm back. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Stupid camera. Okay. Okay, when did I cut out? What was the last thing you heard me say? Anyone? Yeah, what was the last thing you heard me say? Thanos must have snapped his fingers. Yeah. Okay, what was the last thing you guys heard me say before it cut out? During the Hogan promo, okay. Patrick, is your echo still bugged out? I am going to do everything in my power to not say her name. But no, she's not bugged out. So anyway, I was saying, I don't know if you all caught this before I blacked out, but I was saying we were starting off this show with a big grudge match. We're getting Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Outlaw Ron Bass in a hair versus hair match. Now, for those of you who are familiar with this time period, there's a memorable segment between Brutus Beefcake and Ron Bass where Ron Bass actually took his spurs and rubbed them over Beefcake's face and bloodied him up pretty good. It's one of the more violent segments of the time period. And I remember they had to like censor it on TV, which made it look even worse. And that was what cost Brutus Beefcake his title shot because he was injured and he lost his Intercontinental title shot against the Honky Tonk Man at SummerSlam 88, which then went to the Ultimate Warrior. So, yeah, we're getting Warrior versus Honky Tonk Man 2, and we're getting Brutus Beefcake versus Ron Bass. So it's like we're getting all these intersecting storylines all in one show. It's kind of interesting. Yes, the Beefcake Ron Bass segment is more extreme than Extreme Rules. It actually was. That's a pretty gruesome segment. Have you read any of the Star Wars Shakespeare books? Be right back. I have some. I have the original trilogy. Yeah, what are they called? Verily a New Hope. The Empire Striketh Back, and The Jedi Doth Return. I like those books. I think they're kind of a gimmick, but it's a really funny gimmick, and it's funny, but it's actually well written. It feels like this is how it would have been written if Shakespeare was writing Star Wars. So it's they're fun reads, if nothing else. There's Ron Bass. He's got a bull whip. He's got a bull whip too. He's a cowboy. Good old Ron Bass. Tragedy of the Sith's Revenge. Oh my God. How are the prequel ones? I haven't read any of the prequel ones. Those titles are amazing. Yeah. Street Fighter the movie or Mortal Kombat the movie? They're both kind of the same. They're both like bad, but they're cheesy fun bad. Mortal Kombat, my biggest problem with it is that if you're going to do a Mortal Kombat movie justice, if you're going to do it justice, it has to be super violent. It has to be the most violent movie possible. And they made it like kind of like any other action movie that would come out at the time. So that had a disappointment factor to it, whereas Street Fighter was just straight up dumb, and I enjoyed it for how dumb it was.
I'm not so sure about that, Jesse, but nonetheless, Brutus the Barber certainly has his opportunity to prove that he's a better man tonight. Not only by winning the matchup, but by doing a little cutting, a little strutting.
I'll be perfectly honest, I was never a huge fan of Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I know it's popular to kind of shit on him. Yep, here it is. This is the spot. Oh, he cut the bullwhip. What did you think of the first Raw and the first Nitro when you saw them at the time? Yep, here's the spur spot. First Raw, I laughed at Bobby Heenan, and he was really the star of the show for me. And I was just enjoying the show. It was like, oh, it's a wrestling show, yay! First Nitro, I was like, wow, this is cool. Whoa, Luger showed up, and Liger's there, and we got Sting versus Flair. Oh, God. That red X censoring it makes it look more vicious than it probably really is. But just the idea of taking your spurs and just rubbing it over somebody's forehead is just nasty. Have you seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom yet? I have not. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had time. I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp either. What was the better moment, Goldberg's world title win or Luger's title win? Both are great. I'm going to go with Goldberg's because that felt like a WrestleMania. Like, that was one of the few times where, like, a wrestling event, like a weekly wrestling show, like a Raw or SmackDown or a Nitro, felt like, oh my God, this is pay-per-view quality. This is what you expect to pay to see, like something like amazing and earth-shattering like that. It was an amazing feel. But as I was saying, I was never the biggest fan of Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I didn't really get the gimmick. It's like he's this crazy person that runs around and cuts everybody's hair. It's like, doesn't that make him a heel? He did have an awesome theme music, though. I did like the theme music. What went wrong? Survivor Series 91. They took out Savage and Jake when they should have been the captains of the opposing teams, and the match order was shit. That's what went wrong. Closing with Road Warriors and Big Boss Man versus Natural Disasters and IRS. Fuck you. That's terrible. Shouldn't the referee be like... Yeah, referee, get the bullwhip away from him. Uh-oh. Indiana Beefcake. Have you heard that Goldberg wants a match at Mania 35 against either Roman or Taker? Oh, God. Not against Taker, please. Please don't do that. Please, dear God. I mean, that match will be short. If they break 3 minutes, I'll be sure. Well, I guess maybe, okay, go ahead and do it. Favorite Indiana Jones movie? Last Crusade. I think Last Crusade is a great one. Luger was good. Luger had his moments. I liked Luger. I think it was a mistake to turn him face in 93. High knee by Beefcake. That would be his finisher when he was the booty man. Just get it, high knee, ha, ha, ha. Beefcake, he's not letting Ron Bass get into the ring. Ooh. Strutting and cutting right now.
You know, McMahon, one thing interesting, I wonder how Brutus would look with a bald head. You know, he's so proud of his hair and takes such time with it. You know, I think he looked like Mean Gene Okerlund's illegitimate son.
Wow, Jesse. Okay. He said that Beefcake would look like Gene Okerlund's illegitimate son with his head shaved. Beefcake knocks Bass down again. Bass goes down again. Bass just can't get rolling in this match. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Where was your first Mania where you thought Taker was going to lose? Mania 14 against Kane. I thought Kane might beat him. The Taker-Orton match was great, and it had that moment where he countered. It's funny. Back then, when Orton countered the RKO countered the chokeslam into the RKO, I popped huge. I was like, oh my God, the streak's over. Ooh, Ron Bass just took back control. And I thought, oh my God, the streak is ending. If they had done that match at like 28 or 29, or they'd done that spot at 28 or 29, I'm like, no, he's going to kick out. Because that's how, like, ridiculous. Ooh, stomach breaker. Ron Bass is all like, fuck you. He's in fuck you mode. He looks like Rusev here. What did you think with when Goldberg's streak ended? I was like, uh-oh, WCW made a boo-boo. Turns out it was a boo-boo. And Barber goes out of the ring. In WCW, that may or may not be a disqualification. I don't know. They're so inconsistent with that rule. What did you think of dashing Cody Rhodes? Cody played it well, but it felt like a regression for him. Like, that feels like a gimmick you should have when you come in. And he had already been known for so long that doing that gimmick just felt like a step back for him. What went wrong? WCW. Oh, I don't have enough time to cover all that in one video. Oh, big kick from Bass. Did you see Starrcade 98 live? No, I didn't. What did you think of how they ended the streak? I was just kind of like, really? Now? Triple H beating Goldberg with a sledgehammer shot. Price. Oh, that was that. Okay, you want to talk about annoyed? When that happened at SummerSlam 03, I was like, Jesus Christ, seriously? Is Undertaker versus Roman worse than the match with Boss Man? If not, where would it be in Undertaker's Mania match ranking? It'd be up there as one of the worst. I don't know if it's worse than the Boss Man match, but it would be up there as one of the worst. Like, if it's not the worst, it'd be 2 or 3 for me. Top 5 at the very best, nicest I could go is top 5 worst. Who was the worst Raw guest host? I choose not to remember. I want to forget about that. I don't even want to relive it. Pile driver. Boom. God, you used to see pile drivers so much more often back then. What's Bass doing? Oh, Bass, you're being an idiot. He wants to cut his hair now. Just get the pin and cut his hair, dude. Which was worse, Finger Poke of Doom or Arquette winning the title? Arquette winning the title. That was like, oh, God, really, guys? I could get it if he was like a really famous A-list celebrity or something and you want to get some buzz. But it's like David Arquette, nobody... What, the guy from Scream? Really? 1. Oh, Bass, you are... Hubris will be your downfall. Jerry Springer. I mean, Jerry Springer's a bad host on his own show, so... How can he host a wrestling show? Clothesline by Bass. He is beating the shit out of Beefcake. 1, 2. Beefcake kicked out. What did you think of DX versus the McMahon feud in 2006? I hated it. It went on forever. I was so... By the time they got to the Hell in a Cell match, I was like, please end this. Please let this be the end. For the love of Christ, please. Ron Bass going for a clothesline. Misses. Beefcake got the sleeper. Nighty-night. You got to respect a guy that uses a sleeper hold as a finisher. I really like 2006 DX. I'm glad somebody did. Favorite and least favorite James Bond movies? My favorites, I love the Connery era, and I love pretty much all the ones from the Connery era. Beefcake wins it with the sleeper. Yeah, the Connery movies, those are my favorites. I really like GoldenEye. That was the first one I ever saw, and I love that one. It might even be my #1 favorite. But, I mean, I know, like, Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, which is another one that's probably my #1, close to it. Thunderball's a really good one. You Only Live Twice. Diamonds Are Forever. I love the Connery era. And, like I said, Goldfinger's a big favorite. Casino Royale was a great one. From the... Are we going to get the haircut? Yeah, I was going to say, we're getting the haircut, right? Yep, Barber is cutting that. He's cutting that hair, and it's flying. See, this is a nice payoff to the feud. You set up the heel, he does something dastardly, and then the face gets his revenge. And that's one of the major problems with WWE today. The heels never do anything that dastardly. I mean, this guy took spurs and rubbed him over Beefcake's face. And now it's like, now he's getting his comeuppance. Very simple. Did you play the GoldenEye N64 game? Yes, I did. But to continue answering your question, from the Roger Moore era, I really liked Live and Let Die, which is much better than the book, actually. And The Spy Who Loved Me. I thought that was a great one. So those are my favorites. My least favorites, View to a Kill was bad. The Brosnan era was pretty bad, except for GoldenEye. All the Brosnan movies are terrible. They're all terrible. Quantum of Solace is the most forgettable of the Bond movies. I've literally watched Quantum of Solace 3 times. I have no memory of it. The movie leaves no impression of me. So you don't cut the heel's hair to start the feud. No, you don't. And that's a good haircut, too. He's really getting him bald. Yeah, Ready to Rumble was a big part of why Arquette won the title, but okay, you're promoting Ready to Rumble. Like, come on. That would be like putting the belt on Zeus to promote No Holds Barred. It's like, okay, it's a crappy movie, and you put the belt on a non-wrestler. And Zeus would have had more credibility. Which was worse, 2002 NWO or 2009 DX? 2002 NWO upset me more that it flopped as poorly as it did. 2009 DX was annoying, but I had already accepted that DX was annoying at that point. So, what do you think of the Saw movies? I haven't seen them all. I like the first one. I think Jigsaw is one of the last great horror icons, but I haven't seen them all. But I really like the first one. I want to, one of these days I'll get through and just marathon them all. Was Luger legit knocked out during the Bash 96 main event? I didn't think so. I assumed it was part of the work. I could be wrong, but I assumed he wasn't. I assumed it was a work. I always assume it's a work until I hear otherwise. Wow, he really shaved his head. What would have gone wrong? Triple H versus Cena at Mania 23. Oh, Bass is not going to be happy. I wonder if those hedge clippers that he brought to the ring, if those were sharp, because that could have been really dangerous. Because you're thinking he's walking up the aisleway with these clippers, and fans are reaching out trying to grab him. It's like a fan could lose a finger easily if they're not careful, or Brutus isn't careful. Oh, Ron Bass. He is not happy. He is mad. That's a mad hoss right there. What went wrong? Isaac Yankem DDS. Core concept. An evil dentist is stupid. Oh, there's the white black man again. Talking about a gimmick I did not understand as a kid. I had no concept that was supposed to be African. It was black culture or anything related to that. I was like, who is this weirdo in that ugly yellow shirt? And why does he dance weirdly like that? I don't get it. I don't understand. They're going to make me a black man. I'm going to be a black man. Must have been One Man Gang's strangest day at the office.
Wait a minute. Let me point out. Hulk Hogan is signed for a one-on-one confrontation with Akeem. What is the big boss man? Well, homeboy.
Can somebody explain Wolfpack Sting to me? I love Wolfpack Sting, but I never understood it. Sting joined the NWO for some reason, but they were the babyface NWO. So it's okay if Sting and Luger join the NWO if there's a babyface NWO. The Wolfpack, I didn't care for it much either. What went wrong? Kane versus Taker in 2010. The mystery angle that Undertaker was left in a vegetative state, and we all knew Kane did it, and they went on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, with the mystery, who did it? It's like, it's Kane. We know it's Kane. Just, fuck. Did Slick just, well, you know, like Bruce Pritchard. Oh, we got Slick's theme. And came to shout, you're a job so bro. A job so bro, and you're always lying to your friends. You're a job so bro. A job so bro, and you never get nothing in the end. I love that song. Talking about ladies, this is the Slickster. Oh, Miss Elizabeth looking gorgeous. Gorgeous tonight. When has WWE done a good mystery angle? I like the Who Ran Over Austin angle, and I like the reveal that it was Rikishi, and I like Rikishi's motivations. But then they turned around and just had Austin kill him, so it was like a red herring. It's like, never mind. I would have liked to have been in that meeting when they told One Man Gang of the change. I would have too. That would have been like, the look on his face must have been like, the fuck? He did it for The Rock. Oh, the Macho Man right here. Oh, yeah. Too hot to handle and too cold to hold.
The reason that I'm here right now. And I am. Yeah, with the lovely Elizabeth in my corner at ringside and the Macho Man with his eyes open, it seems as though the scales of justice have tipped a little bit more in the Hulkster's way. Let's do it.
Kendrick Lewis, welcome to the stream. Batista versus Undertaker feud. Your thoughts? I like the Mania match. I thought the Mania 23 match they had was really good. The other matches they had just kind of felt like they were just doing the same match over and over again, but with a different gimmick. Oh, God, Akeem's logo. Oh, my God. It's like an African shield with spears. What the fuck? It's so terrible. Oh, my God. Why did Jerry Lawler stop commentating in 2001? Because there was an issue with his wife at the time, Stacey Carter, also known as the Cat. And she got let go. And Jerry Lawler, showing solidarity to his wife. Okay, so Randy Savage is going to be watching the match. This is key here. He's watching the match from backstage. Hogan's out there with Miss Elizabeth. And this is where we're going to start laying the seeds for the split here. Is the logo crooked? No. No, logo's not crooked. Mountain Dew Slam of the Night? They were doing that in 89? Because they used to do like the Kaboom of the Week and those type of things. I can only imagine what was going through the one-man gang's head when they gave him Akeem's gimmick. Oh, Hogan! Oh, he just threw Slick. He just slammed Slick into Akeem. Almost got a quick pin there. The way he used Slick there, couldn't that have constituted using Slick as a foreign object? Akeem goes down. And Hogan, he goes after Boss Man now. Slick just hit Hogan and he no-sold it completely. And now he slams Slick into Boss Man. The lust in your eye for Elizabeth. Yeah, the lust in your eyes. Do you think they should have NXT wrestlers on pay-per-view pre-shows? I wouldn't be opposed to it, to be honest. They can if they want. I'm not. I mean, right now I don't watch the pre-shows. If you did like an NXT match on a pre-show, maybe I'd watch it. Who knows? Did Vince really think Akeem made sense? I think he thought Akeem was funny, and that's why he did it. I think it's one of those ideas. I think Vince thought it was funny, so that's why he did it. So in this weird way, because I think Vince thinks it's funny, that makes it funny. It's like, oh my God, Vince is probably sitting there laughing his ass off. And The idea of Vince just laughing hysterically at this gimmick just makes me smile. Hogan moves out of the corner. Rams him into the second corner. Rams him into a third corner. Goes across diagonally. Rams him into another one. What did you think of the 24/7 hardcore title rules? It was fun heading into Mania 2000. I thought a lot of the segments they did were clothesline and Akeem goes down. Hogan's dominated this thing. I thought a lot of those segments were funny. Once you got past Mania 2000, it got really old, and they just it felt like they would forget about it for a while, then it would come back out of nowhere, and you would just see it on every show, and by Mania 18, I was just sick of it. Like, guys, we need to wrap this shit up, please. It's only hair pulling if you get caught. Okay, good one, Jesse. Why isn't Savage out there? Hogan coming back. Akeem's going to cut him out. No, a big elbow. And Akeem goes down. Oh, he throws Akeem into Boss Man. Was the person who played Shockmaster just naturally clumsy? I mean, I don't know. I never knew Fred Ottman, Typhoon to be, or Tugboat to be clumsy. Oh, now Hogan's doing Akeem's dance. That's classy. What were your thoughts on Batista and John Cena over the Limit pay-per-view match? I have no memory of it. I don't remember watching it. Favorite Hulk Up? Mania 18. Mania 18, greatest Hulk Up ever. And it was the best one because I wasn't expecting it, but I kind of wanted it. And the crowd Oh! Akeem pulled the referee in the way. Oh, and Boss Man with a nightstick. And the Twin Towers are going to beat the crap out of Hogan. Yeah, the crowd reaction kind of made the Hulk Up warranted. Oh, God. But why isn't Savage helping him, Hogan? Hogan's going to be okay. Why is he not helping Hogan? He'll be okay, yeah. Oh, double clothesline with that nightstick. Now Boss Man is holding Hogan. Big splash by Akeem. Big splash by Boss Man. Big splash by Akeem. Elizabeth running to the back. Big splash by Akeem. God, they are destroying Hogan. Elizabeth is looking for Randy. This is not looking good, guys. This is not looking good at all. And where is Randy? Why is he not helping Hogan? Did you ever watch Avatar: The Last Airbender? Yes, I did. I have the whole show on DVD. Great show. I loved it. I got confidence in him. He'll come back. He's half dead. He's going to be okay. What do you think WWF would have been like if Austin's career ended at SummerSlam 97 after the pile driver? In deep trouble. Deep trouble. God, you were 4 when Hogan Rock happened? Man, God. I forget, like, there's all these younger audience members and younger fans that have come out in recent years. How old was I? I was 16 going on 17? Hogan's hulking up, but maybe Savage was right. Hogan's hulking up. 2, 3. Big chops. Hogan with the clothesline. Akeem goes down again. See, I was right. Yeah, he's okay. I had all the confidence in the world that he would come back. Yeah. Jeez, you were 2? You were 8? Good Lord, I'm an old man. Oh, atomic drop on Slick. He goes into Boss Man. Did you hear this week's Raw had the lowest ratings in the show's history? Well, you know. It looks like I'm not the only one that stopped watching. Big boot to Akeem. Hogan's going to slam him. Can he slam him? And he got him up. Oh, Boss Man with the nightstick. That's the disqualification. Elizabeth is like, Savage, where the fuck are you? People are blaming the Bachelorette and the Supreme Court announcement on the low ratings. Okay. Another shot with the nightstick. How many shots with the nightstick is Hogan going to take? I feel like I hear that a lot lately about Raw breaking its lowest rating. Yeah, it feels like that happens every year. Oh, now they're going after Elizabeth. He's going to handcuff Elizabeth? I remember when Nitro was doing like 2.8s and like 3.0s, and that was seen as a bad thing. So it's like everything's relative, I guess. Now they're doing 2.4s. And there's Savage, finally! Comes out to save Elizabeth. Took long enough. Now it's like, you know, Raw's getting a 2.4. They'd kill to get a 3.0. What were your thoughts about the Hell in a Cell match between Triple H and Shawn Michaels? I remember really liking it. I know it went long. It went like 45 minutes, but I remember enjoying it. Do you believe WWE knew the main event at WrestleMania 5 while booking WrestleMania 4? Let me tell you, with the way the storyline played out, I could totally believe that they knew it was going to be Hogan Savage at 5. That might not have been the case, but the way everything played out, I believed it.
I think he doesn't understand what's going on here. I don't think he knows how severely Hulk has been beaten. Elizabeth, I'd be outside now and helping Hulk Hogan back to the dressing room. I think Nacho's a little more concerned over Elizabeth's concern over Hogan. I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, now Miss Elizabeth is showing more concern over Hogan and Savage not. He's clearly not happy with it. I heard the original idea was Hogan versus Zeus. That was for 6. And I don't know if that's true, but thank God it didn't happen because I was okay with the Zeus character, but they got as much out of it as they were going to get it. They'd actually gotten through to WrestleMania 6, Hogan versus Zeus. Jesus Christ. That was fun. I enjoyed all of that. So, yeah, we got a good hair versus hair match. We got a good angle with the Mega Powers. Good stuff here on this show. You think Honky Tonk Man will last longer than 30 seconds?
Does that change your strategy?
No, Mean Gene. My strategy never changes. I just go about being the greatest intercontinental heavyweight champion of all time.
Of all time. By the way, listen to 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff. He calls Honky Tonk Man a fat hillbilly. I couldn't wait to fire that fat hillbilly.
champion.
It's like, Bischoff is one of those guys. He's kind of a dick, and I love him because he's a dick. Like, he's one of those guys. It's like he's an asshole, but I love him because he's an asshole. I wish I could be more like Bischoff.
Very hard to like to regain that belt. Vince, let's go back to you. All right, the Honky Tonk Man may be thinking that he's keeping his fans.
What went right? The Mega Powers. One of the greatest angles they ever did. Did Lex Luger and Ric Flair have a good match at the Great American Bash? I thought so. I thought they had a really good match. Very good. One of Luger's better matches. The Christmas '96 episode of Raw got a 1.5. This last Raw came severely close. It keeps like getting worse and worse, it seems. He's the Honky Tonk Man. He's the Honky Tonk Man. That fat hillbilly. Like CM Punk. Yeah, Punk's kind of an asshole too, but it's like Punk is an asshole I don't want to meet. Like, I would never want to meet Punk in person because I'm sure he's a dick. I'm okay being a fan of his work, but it's like I don't want to meet him because I'm sure he'd treat me like shit. Bischoff would be cool to me. I think all I have to do is say, hey, Bischoff, dude, fucking Nitro was the shit, man, and NWO was the shit, man. Thank you so much for that shit. And he'd love me because it's like, man, Goldberg, Goldberg's run was super tits, man. I loved it. And he'd be like fully on board with me. I could tell Punk is like, hey, man, I loved your shit in Ring of Honor. I loved your shit in WWE. And he'd be like, suck up. When I met Punk in 2007 at an autograph signing, he was nice to me. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Sometimes it's a mighty fine line, Jesse. Yeah, that's right, McMahon, but I'll tell you what.
Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. You know, say what you will about the Ultimate Warrior. There's a reason why he got over. I'm just saying, there's a reason. Okay, so maybe Punk's not so bad in person. Burger King. Who wants to go to Burger King, guys? God, I haven't had fast food shit in months. My diet is like, I'm basically eating fruits, veggies, and oats. That's most of my diet. And then like fish and chicken for dinner. Like grilled chicken, good chicken. But it's so weird. Like I used to go to Burger King and McDonald's and shit like that all the time. And now it's like, I can't even like, it doesn't even factor into my brain to go to those places. I thought the Edge match with Taker at SummerSlam was better than the Mania match. I actually think the Mania match was their weakest match together. Like, the TLC match was pretty good. The Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam, like you said, was pretty good. Their Mania match was good, not great. I think the Mania match was their weakest one. Oh, leapfrog by the Warrior! And a boot! Look at that. Who said he only had 3 moves? Double meeting of the minds right there. Oh, big elbow. And down goes Honky Tonk. The TLC match is funny in hindsight because they tried to make us think Taker was done. Yeah, Edge retired before he did. Do you think they should have pushed Christian more after him and Edge split? Well, they were for a while. He got over huge in 2005, and I was like, okay, sky's the limit for Christian, and they never capitalized on it. It's, you know, it's all about changing your habits with dieting. It's really like, it's hard to change your habits, but once you do, it becomes second nature. And that's, it takes some discipline and it's hard to do, but it's worth it. And it's okay to have a cheat day once in a while. You know, like once a week if you give yourself a cheat day where you want to eat some crap, it's like, it's fine. But, oh, man. If you were put in charge of a King Kong versus Godzilla remake, how would you fix it from the original? Well, we are getting a remake in 2020, which I'll have absolutely no say over. So, if it were up to me, the big thing I would change, I want a definitive winner. Because the original film ends on a schmaz where it's like, yeah, King Kong won, but both of them rolled into the ocean and Kong came up. So it's like they just assumed he won. I'm like, look, I don't mind Kong winning, but give us a definitive winner. Honky Tonk Man actually getting offense in on the Ultimate Warrior. Holy shit. I just said that. Are you sure we're getting that movie in 2020, not 2022? Well, at this point, it's like, are we going to get Godzilla 2 in 2022? Like, Jesus Christ, the way they keep pushing that movie back. Rick Rude WCW run, in my opinion, was better than his WWF run. It was a very good run. I agree. He had some very good stuff in WCW. How many Godzilla movies ended with the monsters falling into the ocean? Let me check. Oh, there we go. Warrior coming back. Body slam. Misses the elbow. Warrior's having like a real match here. There was King Kong versus Godzilla, Mothra versus Godzilla, Godzilla versus Monster Zero. I guess you could count Godzilla versus Sea Monster in a way, since Godzilla goes into the ocean at the end of the movie. Oh, into the corner. Honky Tonk Man is in trouble now. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla ends with Godzilla getting blown into the ocean by the Mechagodzilla explosion, if you want to count that. And the body splash. Oh, Honky Tonk got the legs up. Got his knees up. Look at Honky Tonk getting some shit in on the Warrior. And then in the 90s films, Godzilla got knocked into the ocean in Godzilla vs. Biollante. Mecha King Ghidorah and Godzilla fell into the ocean in 91. 92, Batra and Godzilla fell into the ocean. And then I think that's it. Oh, Godzilla gets dropped into the ocean in Tokyo SOS. 1, 2, 3, Warrior wins. That was a solid match. Holy shit. Okay, here's something I'm about to say. The Ultimate Warrior and the Honky Tonk Man had a decent match. Holy shit, right? All right. Logically, Godzilla stomps out Kong based on sheer size difference. But in the Monsterverse, they explained in Skull Island that Kong is still growing. So Kong wasn't at full size yet in Skull Island. So he's going to be closer to Godzilla size when they do Kong versus Godzilla. I love to see Rick Rude versus Rick the Model Martel. That'd have been cool. Oh, look at the Twin Towers. They're gloating. We beat the shit out of Hogan. Look at what we did. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah is one of my favorites, too. I think it's one of the best. But holy shit, Warrior had a good match. Skull Island, it was fun, but there's a lot of shit in it that doesn't make any sense. But I think the strong cast kind of helps out. Like, Sam Jackson's great in it, and I think he's great as like an antagonist, like an Ahab against Kong. The monster action is mostly really good. It's a really good movie, and it's fun. It's just not – it doesn't have a lot of substance to it beyond entertainment value.
We've heard from the Twin Towers. I am going to endeavor before we get off the air to find out for myself how much the Mega Powers are.
My sister also hated Deadpool. Well, your sister and I can't be friends. I can accept not liking Skull Island, but if she didn't like Deadpool, I can't accept that. I can't talk to anybody that didn't like it. Guys, the stars are coming out now. It's Tito Santana taking on the Red Rooster. We're in for a barn burner here.
I do the impossible every single day. Bobby, I'm referring to the red.
My favorite, I thought the 2010 Royal Rumble was one of the best. What is your opinion? Was that the one that Edge won? I remember enjoying that. She also hated Godzilla 2014. Did your sister just not like fun? Have you seen Incredibles 2 yet? I have. I really enjoyed it. I think it's very good. If you've been waiting for an Incredibles sequel, I think it was worth the wait. It's really good. What are your opinions on Godzilla 2014 4 years later? I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I like the pacing. I know a lot of people didn't like the pacing and didn't like the constant cutting away from the monsters, but I think that makes the movie and the ending better. So I enjoy it. I would have preferred it if Bryan Cranston was in the movie more. That's the big issue I have with the movie, but overall, I thought it was a really good Godzilla movie. The Red Rooster. He's the cock of the walk, guys. Came out of the box of gimmicks. Oh, man, a Tito Santana match? 9 stars in the Tokyo Dome, guaranteed. Yep. I don't know, like, Bruce Pritchard can sit here and deny that that's a rib. I can't imagine any human being thinking, we're going to call you the Red Rooster. He doesn't have the red shit in his hair yet, but we're going to call you the motherfucking Red Rooster. It's like, yeah, that'll get over. Look, all I'll say is Bobby Heenan couldn't even get him over. That's, I mean, my God. Tito Santana. Tito would go on to have one of the best matches in Saturday Night's Main Event history, actually, but that wouldn't come until 1991? No, 1990. That would be in 1990.
Tito Santana to square off against the thus far undefeated Red Rooster.
The Red Rooster was undefeated at one point. That's hilarious. But then again, so was Mantar. So, you know, you want to start off your character strong at least. How long would Chris Jericho Intercontinental Championship reign last in New Japan? I wouldn't be surprised if he held it until Wrestle Kingdom. According to Pritchard, Terry Taylor was almost given the Mr. Perfect gimmick. That's been a long time story. Yeah. Leapfrog. Fast-paced action here. Look at this. Another leap. Drop kick by Santana. Red Rooster can be undefeated. He just needs a 0-0 record. Fair point. Look at Bobby. Oh, my God, Bobby. You're so great. Movie fan. The Red Rooster. Take your Shawn Michaels, your Undertakers, your Austins, your Bretts. The greatest of all time. And a crazy idea. Jericho versus Bryan Danielson for the IC title at Wrestle Kingdom. Jesus Christ. I'd be there. Because that's the thing. If Bryan doesn't re-sign, I mean, he becomes like the hottest thing around for every other company. And you know he's going to get offers from everybody. So, you're cooking, Rooster. That was a joke. That was a rib. That's Bobby being Bobby. Did they mic Bobby up? Because he sounds louder than usual. All right, movie fans. See you later, man. Thanks for coming on. Sunset flip by the Rooster. He just told him to hook the tights. No, Tito broke it. I want to see Bobby Heenan manage Adam Cole, baby. God, Santana's killing the Rooster. Jericho lose the title on a boat. That'd be great. He loses his title on a boat. Figure 4 by Santana, but Terry breaks out of it. What's Bobby doing it? Oh, Bobby berating poor Terry Taylor. Poor Rooster. Oh. Oh, Rooster. Them Rooster claws are coming out. Is this the biggest match of the Red Rooster run? Like, the most significant match? Like, he's getting a big spotlight match on Saturday night's main event. Oh! Gets one in the face of Tito. Peter's going to have a field day with this. I'm still praying for my Oz versus Gobbledygooker 3 Stages of Hell match. Oh, Jesus Christ. What would the 3 gimmicks be if it's 3 Stages of Hell? Worst stock footage in monster movie story you've ever seen. Gamera Super Monster from 1980, I believe it was. They literally took every fight scene from all the previous Gamera movies and spliced them into this really shitty movie. So it's lazy and shitty. It's terrible. And yes, I'm going to review it as part of my Kaiju movie review series. Roll up by Tito. 1, 2. No. Rooster kicked out. Backslide by Tito. He's got it. 1, 2. No. Will Godzilla movies be in that review series? No, because I've already reviewed the Godzilla series. And any new Godzilla movie that comes up, I'll review separately. Like the animated ones that are coming up and the Godzilla 2, which, assuming nothing changes, is set for May of next year. And I'll wrap up all my Kaiju movie reviews before that movie comes out. So, pile driver by the Rooster. Our second pile driver tonight. Oh, big one. Rooster's getting pissed at Heenan. 1, 2, no. First stage, submission match. Second stage, Hell in a Cell. Third stage, last man standing. Oh my God, that's terrible. Do you like the first Jurassic Park movie or the book better? Ooh. That's a tough one. The book is great. Ooh. Stun gun. Pin him if you don't mind. Heenan's great in this. This is not the greatest match in the world, but Heenan's great. Sharpshooter? Is that what he's going for? No. But to answer your question, I'd probably say I like the book slightly more, but the movie has a better ending, if that makes any sense. Because the ending in the book is kind of an anticlimax. Over the top rope. Down goes the Rooster. Heenan is just pissed at the Rooster. I mean, I'd be pissed if I was managing the Red Rooster too. Tito with a roll-up. 1, 2, 3. He got him. Best theme song, Star Wars or Jurassic Park? Star Wars. Way more iconic. What went wrong with the Randy Orton and Christian feud? They did the match 455 times and made me sick of seeing it. That's what went wrong. Nobody makes a fool out of you. You're paired up with the Red Rooster. Oh. Bobby, slapping people just never goes well for you, as you would find out at WrestleMania 6. Oh! And Bobby goes flying. Poor Bobby. If you were the age you are now when Beware of Dog happened, how would a video review of that show go? I would be like, there's nothing to review because we lost the feed. I would literally just be like, I don't know, I can't review it. There's nothing to review. I'd be like, sorry guys. And I can't get mad at the WWF because it was like, it was technical difficulties outside of their control. The weather got shitty, and yeah, I can't it was just an unfortunate thing that happened, and they made up for it in the best way possible by giving us the repeat show for free. So it was like, but it's like, I would almost be like a non-review because it's like, what do you say? Are they chanting for the Rooster? 1989, go home, you're drunk. Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect. Now, Kurt, you call me Mr. Perfect. All right, Mr. Perfect. I understand they call you that for a good reason. Right? Not a good reason, a perfect reason. I make no mistakes. I am perfect. I am Mr. Perfect. All right, Mr. Perfect. I understand that you've introduced a new movie.
What was Kid You thinking during that show? Oh, man, why is the pay-per-view not playing, Daddy? Nah, that's what I was thinking. Do you think Lucha Underground could do house shows? They could do like live events or something, or like maybe partner up with another company and, you know, have crossover that way, which they're kind of doing now. How is Curtis Axel this man's son? How is Mr. Perfect Larry the Axe Hennig's son? Like, Larry the Axe was a big bruiser, brawling guy, and then you get Mr. Perfect, who's this world-class wrestler.
Like I said earlier. Oh, really? Well, there he is, Mr. Perfect. Thus far with a perfect record here in the World Wrestling Federation. And he will meet, yes, here he comes right now.
There's Coco.
Coco, beware. Well, this should be a great matchup, McMahon, because Coco has tremendous speed, and I think he'll provide the stiffest test so far for Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. No question about that. Should be a great matchup. Coco squaring up against Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect's wife must have had no charisma at all. Ouch. Yeah, Perfect not wearing the traditional Hennig singlet tights yet. He doesn't have those trademark tights of his. That would really be a huge part of his look. He's wearing fairly generic blue short tights.
I'll say this, Perfect's going to get upset because he likes his matches to go perfect for him.
Did you hear Jim Ross's comments following the table spot at G1 San Francisco? Yeah, I know he wasn't happy. I heard he like broke his rib or something, and it's like, oh man, yeah, I kind of like, I don't blame him for getting mad. Hall of Famer, Coco Beware. Yep. Have you seen the movie Deep Blue Sea? I have not. Or if I have, I don't remember it. I'm just going to go out on a limb here, guys. I think Mr. Perfect's going to win this match. Call me crazy. Oh, big arm drag by Coco. There may be health concerns with his lungs. Oh, that sucks. Poor JR. That's not good. Drop down. Leapfrog by Coco. Drop down again. Leapfrog again. Big arm drag by Coco again. Oh, perfect. Gets a knee in.
Scientific knowledge, and he knows how to bend the rules as well. He's quite the aggressor when he wants to be. That's right. He's got that viciousness that everybody needs.
Perfect. Don't ram Coco's head into the corner. That never works. Perfect, but that standing drop kicked. Yeah. Oh, headbutt. They don't really need to have a booth at ringside, especially since they're looking at monitors most of the time. The announcers are. Yeah, but sometimes it's good to have them there as like a prop. Like the Jay White deal, if they had run it by them first, you know, probably would have played better, but it was like, I can't believe that they did that spot without telling them. That's just kind of unprofessional. Worst title reign, Triple H in 03 or Cena in 06? Perfect Plex. 1, 2, and it's over. Told you Perfect would win. God, that's a toughie. I'll say Triple H in 03. That one was pretty bad. Who you thought was better, Brock or Batista? About the same. Like, there were moments where I think Brock is great and moments where I think he's terrible. There are moments where I like Batista a lot and moments where I thought he was terrible. So, you know. Oh, Mega Power promo. Hey, Randy, why did you come out and help me?
Well, you know, Mick, the only thing that you should be speculating on, brother, is that when you mess with a thunder, you gotta mess with a lightning. And when you mess with one half of the Mega Power, you gotta mess with both of us. Just like I said, Mean Gene, when the chips were down, the Mega Power brother, Macho Man Randy Savage, would be there, man. Right.
Yeah, too bad it took him forever to get out there.
The last lick of the stick, down to my last breath, brother, the Macho Man showed up.
Did you hear Meltzer's idea of a unique gimmick for Lashley versus Lesnar if it happens? No, I didn't. What, like an MMA match? Because that's where I think Meltzer's brain would go.
Would get their hands on the lovely Elizabeth, the body, mind, soul, the lovely Elizabeth, Macho Man, and Hulk Hogan, the Mega Power team are as one. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, sleep the same sleep, brother. Yeah, as far as a Macho Man goes, everything. I think
Batista's a better actor than a wrestler. You know what? He's pretty good in movies. I liked him in Guardians. I liked him in friggin' Blade Runner. I thought he stole the show in Blade Runner. I was like, yeah, Batista, look at you.
In the back of the neck, my neck hurt.
A WWE Octagon match. So like the Lion's Den. Like do like bring the Lion's Den back? Which I wouldn't be opposed to necessarily. I like the Lion's Den matches. The one between Shamrock, the Lion's Den match between Owen and Ken Shamrock at SummerSlam 98, I thought was pretty good.
We're together all the way. You know something, Macho Man? With the Mega Powers united as one, body, mind, and soul, the lovely Elizabeth.
Yep, the Mega Powers, they're on the same page. They're going to be A-okay, guys. They're going to be great. Nothing bad will ever happen. Okay, and that concludes another edition of Saturday Night's Main Event, the first one of 1989. And really good show. Really enjoyable show. Really liked it. Not one of the better episodes, but a lot of good stuff there, especially the Mega Powers angle and the hair versus hair match, and Warrior and Honky Tonk being a surprisingly solid match. A lot of good stuff there. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was good. Good episode. Hashtag Mega Powers are fine. Yep, indeed. Alrighty, guys. We're going to watch Clash of Champions right after this, but I'm going to take a quick break, so don't go away. I'll be right back. And I'm back. What's up? Did you know that Hernandez and the other guy, I assume you mean Homicide, returned to TNA? Yes, I did. I actually talked about it at the very beginning of the stream. I went to SummerSlam 1998, Highway to Hell. It was a fun show to attend. That was a fun show to watch, so congratulations on that. I like Rusev, but there's no way he's going over at Extreme Rules. I agree. And if he does, it's stupid because they didn't build him up well enough. If you were a wrestler, would you plan out your matches like DDP or call them on the fly? Little of both. Like, plan them out, but have like a little room for leeway for a little bit of improv or calling it in case something goes wrong. I wouldn't want to follow a strict step-by-step script because if something goes wrong, then you're fucked. So leave it kind of loose, but have a basic idea of what you want to achieve and what you want to do. Okay, guys, we are back, and it's time to go back to the Clash of Champions. So once again, if you're following along in the network, we're going to go into shows, then Vault, then Clash of the Champions. We're going to go into 1992. The 18th Clash of Champions, the first one of 1992, which I'm really excited about because look at the main event for this show. Clash of the Champions 18 features Sting and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat taking on Stunning Steve Austin and Ravishing Rick Rude, a Hall of Fame main event for this edition of the Clash of Champions. I had a friend who was super angry that ROH and New Japan was coming to MSG. Why was she angry? Alrighty. All right, so if you're following along on the network, I'm going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clash of Champions 18, yo. I should also note, I didn't make this point last week, but with the completion of Saturday night's main event 18 and last week's show, we are officially halfway through the Clash of the Champions and Saturday night's main event. We're at the halfway point. This is a very ECW looking intro here. The Dangerous Alliance. Yeah, this is much better than the Black Scorpion. Up there's that Saved by the Bell graphic logo thing.
And now, from the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka, here are your ringside hosts.
She said it was a dark day in wrestling, and when I told her I was going, she called me a WWE betrayer. Okay. I just like good wrestling. I'm not loyal to a brand, but okay. Patrick, how would you book the invasion angle? Not the way they did in 2001. To me, it's like if you can't get Goldberg, you can't get Sting, you can't get any of those guys, then it's not worth doing. You have to do it with those guys. Why is Jim looking off camera? Jim Ross is like, he's like looking off camera.
All right. Thanks, Jim and Tony. And welcome to the Clash of Champions, where once again, WCW.
Next week's Pritchard show is on the invasion angle. Oh, jeez. I can't wait to listen to him try to defend that.
And I have interviews throughout the broadcast with some of the biggest and brightest superstars of WCW. But right now, it's time to kick off the Clash of Champions. Let's get down here.
Missy Hyatt has a big mouth. Like, literally a huge mouth. I wonder what she uses it for. Oh, I know that music. I know that music. It's Vader! Big Van Vader, motherfuckers!
His tag team partner from Kansas City, 375 pounds, the bodyguard, Mr. Hughes.
So we got Vader and Mr. Hughes teaming up. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. Oh, by the way, their manager is Harley Race too, so that song applicable. Like Vader!
What a challenge this will be for the Steiner brothers. Let's go back up to Gary Capella. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents from Detroit, Michigan.
Oh my God! Vader against the Steiner brothers. I think I'm going to love this match. I think I'm going to love this match. Oh, God. I want to see Rick Steiner try and throw Vader around it. I want to see Scott Steiner, like, do a Frankensteiner to Vader. Like, this is, oh, my God. This is going to be so cool. Hashtag Patrick's Heaven. It's up there. It's up there. Yeah, I think Sting would be the appropriate one to induct Vader into the Hall of Fame.
The Steiners certainly one of the most powerful teams ever in the history of WCW. But I think this is, without a doubt, the biggest team they've ever met. And I mean, Big Van Vader is not only big, he is rough and rugged, and he wants to win this. Two great former football.
Oh, we're starting with Mr. Hughes. Boo. Boo. Don't fall asleep in the middle of the ring, buddy. Favorite Scott Steiner moment? Favorite moment, like, probably like any of his promos where he's just flying off the hip and saying whatever the fuck he wants. Those are my favorite Scott Steiner moments.
The year of last year, 1991, started out with a bang for the Steiners, World Tag Team Champions, IWTV International Tag Team Champions.
Who would win, R-Truth versus K-Quick? Ah, I see what you did there. Nice takedown by Scott. Tagging Vader. I want to see the Steiners paired up with Vader. Headbutt by Mr. Hughes, who's wrestling in a tie, by the way. Suspenders and a tie. Come on, Scotty. Leapfrog. Belly to belly suplex by Scott Steiner. Mr. Hughes gets the fuck out of there. That's what he does. IRS? Yeah, it's kind of like an IRS thing going. Tagging Vader.
Mr. Hughes made a critical error, and what it was obvious. Turning his back to Scotty Steiner, enabling Scotty Steiner to even think about what he wanted to do next.
All right, Scott's trapped in the corner. Vader's holding him, and Mr. Hughes pounding away. Now Vader's getting some shots in on Scotty. There we go. Look at the Steiners! Double flying clothesline! Steiners are so cool, man. They're just so cool. Ho, ho, ho!
Mr. Hughes continue to turn their back on the Steiners. The Steiners will be able to do things like that, and they'll get even stronger as this match goes on. Mr. Hughes back in. There's Harley Race giving his men some instructions.
Oh, there we go. Now Vader's legal. Here we go. Vader and Rick Steiner.
As I mentioned, a two-time All-American at the University of Colorado in the Big 8 Conference. #1 draft choice of the Los Angeles Rams. He was a phenomenal offensive line.
Back suplex by Vader.
Dropping Rick Steiner on his back.
Steiners versus Hart Foundation. Steiners versus Arn and Tully. Oh, God. Both of those sound great. Both of those sound great. Big suplex by Vader.
Rick Steiner, high school, all-stater in football and in wrestling. Bay City, Michigan. Vader now slowing it down, using that power and a tremendous.
Oh, gorilla press by Vader. Yep.
Extending the arms in the military press.
Oh.
Rick Steiner. But you notice how Rick is getting to his feet.
Steiners versus Rockers. That would be cool.
That tells me that Rick Steiner is not completely out of this, even though he's taking a lot of big blows.
Oh, avalanche by Vader. Rick Steiner's getting killed.
Rick Steiner in the corner. This Saturday on WCW, the Steiners will take on two members of the Dangerous Alliance, and I know they hope it will be Beautiful Bobby and Arn Anderson. But they will wrestle the Dangerous Alliance this Saturday.
Oh, Steiner line. Vader goes down. And a belly-to-belly on Vader. Clothesline, and down goes Vader. No disqualification because they can't make up their minds. Most overused spot in tag matches. Oh, jeez. Oh! That didn't work. Oh, big clothesline by Vader. Just clubbed him. Most overused spot in tag matches. Probably the hot tag. Like literally almost every tag match does it. And I'm like, yeah, there are ways to have a great tag match without having to resort to doing that all the time. Are you good at Steiner math? No, I couldn't follow it. They're up on the go. Oh, no. No! Steiner with an overhead belly-to-belly on Vader from the top rope. What year is this? You don't expect to see this shit in 92. This is crazy. Steiner line. Scotty's in there. 1, 2. No. If you could have any superpower besides the power to have all powers, what would it be? I'd like to teleport just so I can get to work quicker. Anything that'll make my daily grind more convenient, you know, like flight. Oh, big German suplex. The Steiners are suplexing Vader all over the fucking place. Steiner off the top. No. Oh, Vader turned into a power slam. Oh, ducks the clothesline. Sunset flip. Vader squashed him. Oh. This is a cool-ass match, man. Best match of Mr. Hughes' career. Speaking of the devil, he's back in the ring. Power slam by Curtis Hughes. Oh, big clothesline. Did you hear that Ken Shamrock asked to be put in the WWE Hall of Fame, but he was shot down? Damn. Harsh. I thought after Hillbilly Jim and Coco, they'd let anybody in. Oh! Curtis misses the splash in the corner. There's Rick. Hip toss. Big back body drop. God, they're throwing the big men around like they're nothing. Oh. All 4 men are in. Come on, ref. Got to get control. Vader and Hughes. Got Scott. Scott ducks. Hughes is down. Oh, Vader and Scott go out of the ring. They're brawling. Oh, jumping bulldog by Rick Steiner. 1, 2, 3. That was cool. I enjoyed that. That was cool. Which would be worse, bringing back the guest host or 3 hours of heel Michael Cole on Raw? Bringing back the guest host, because the commentary is going to be shit either way, but bringing back the guest host would just add a whole nother level of stupid. Which is a better WrestleMania, 17 or 19? Close to the same. I really like both. It's hard to say. I mean, if you twisted my arm, maybe 17, but again, it's very close. Why are there numbers on Rick Steiner's singlet? I have no idea, because he enjoys math.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team event, it is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Wyoming, weighing 230 pounds, Young Pistol Tracy.
Young Pistol Tracy and the Tailor-Made Man. Yeah, Terry Taylor had left the York Foundation, but he's still called the Tailor-Made Man for some reason. That's a random-ass team. We got a cowboy with a friggin' fancy suit guy. I'm addicted to your PCP channel. Okay. There's Flying Brian. Oh, God. Buff Bagwell. Oh. Which was worse, Kennel from Hell or Concrete Crypt? Jesus Christ. Flip a coin. Both were awful. Kennel from Hell was at least funnier. So I'd probably say Concrete Crypt was worst. Oh, look at Brian go. Dare I say it, these guys have to go out there and try to follow the Curtis Hughes match and find a way to do it. Might be hard. I mean, I'll be honest, I'll take Buff Bagwell over Firebreaker Chip. What did you think of the Lesnar Big Show Survivor Series 2002 match? I don't remember thinking that much of it. The heel turn for Heyman was a little bit of a surprise. I'm like, oh, they're going to run with Lesnar as a face? I guess just to give him something. I mean, that's not completely preposterous, but yeah, I just remember Thinking, okay, so that's the storyline they're doing. Okay, fine. I didn't really think that much of it. How to cook for 40 humans. Humans, you have stopped eating. Oh, tilt-a-whirl head scissors by Brian. Flying crossbody by Brian. God, Brian is so, like, crisp. Look at Bagwell with them drop kicks. Just toss after toss. Meeting of the minds. Oh, slingshot double clothesline by Pillman. Double drop kick. Oh, my God. Oh, double plancha.
Nose tackle was a man by the name of William the Refrigerator Perry. That's the kind of athlete Flying Brian has spent his entire sports career. Right now, he has got some great communication with the youngster Mark Alexander Bagwell. Those series of moves, Jeff, were indicative of a team which has worked together for quite a while.
All right. Well, this match has already surpassed my expectations. Flying Brian, man, he's like kind of like one of the MVPs, the sleeper hits of these clashes. Oh, big kick from Tracy Smothers.
Extracurricular move on Taylor may have cost him. Well, once again, it gets down to inexperience. Turning your attention away from your opponent is always deadly.
Oh, jumping flying elbow.
Flying elbow well placed by young pistol Tracy. Now catches the rookie with a clothesline. Ladder on press. Couldn't get the leg hooked, and Bagwell able to kick out. We sent Sting, among others, including Mike Graham, Dustin Rhodes, and Flying Brian, that spend their own time to help Bagwell in workout sessions. But now the tailor-made man is in. And Jim, I've said so many times that because he is so close to Sting, Bagwell has become wrapped up in Sting's bitter war against the Nature's Alliance.
What went right? The Taker Orton feud. Oh, lots of things went right. It was a great feud. Great chemistry. I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, have they had any rematches since the Hell in a Cell match they had in December 05? Because I don't know if they faced each other again since then. Oh, Marcus gets the legs up. Jake versus Sting from Halloween Havoc was good, in my opinion. What's yours? They did the Coal Miner's Glove match, which I remember thinking that's the most boring gimmick out of all of them. On the wheel. I don't remember specific feelings on the match, though. Oh! Spinning wheel kick. 1, 2, no. Is that video about Taker's world title win ruining SD still a thing you want to do? Not in the immediate future, but maybe. Save it for a rainy day. Oh, God! Flying Brian just got suplexed out of the ring.
Where he was getting in that corner trying to fight two men. You know, by hitting hard on that mat, he's not 100% here. WCW's version of Charlie Hustle, Flying Brian, must now reach down, try to hold on, and execute a time.
How would you have brought the NWO to WWF if you were writing it? I would have brought them in as, I would have done like the ticker tape parade that WCW gave to Hogan, like some kind of reference to that. And when they get in, Vince is like, he hugs them and goes, "We did it, boys. We killed WCW. I sent you guys to do a job, and you did it." That's what I would have done. When did the World Heavyweight title lose value in WWE? For me, I never liked the idea of having 2 world titles in the first place. So splitting the world titles kind of devalues the world titles because it's like you've got 2 guys running around claiming to be number 1. Poor Brian, he's getting beat up here. Oh, look at that! Springboard jumping clothesline by Brian. Gets the tag to Marcus Bagwell. That was a sloppy back body drop. Sunset flip. Oh, there you go. And Bagwell got the pin. That was another fun tag match. Not as good as the first one, but that was good. Bagwell was probably super green at this point, which is why Flying Brian had to do most of the work, but still a solid match. Ooh. Light heavyweights, eh?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Clash of the Champions. In just a few moments, we're going to see light heavyweights in action. Richard Morton and Johnny B. Bad. But Tony, the greatest light heavyweight in the world today is the champion, Jushin Thunder Liger. Jushin Thunder Liger came to the United States, of course, at Christmas time. Won the light heavyweight title from Flying Brian in a great match at the Omni Gym. And it was one of the greatest matches we've ever seen.
Ooh!
That's great aerial skill. Then he went back to Japan in front of 65,000 fans as the light heavyweight champion of the world. He is quite a hero over there. We know that Jushin Liger will be in our next pay-per-view event on Saturday, February 29th, Super Brawl 2 to defend his championship. His opponent has yet to be named, and perhaps this match will go a long way in determining that opponent. Let's go right now back up to our ring announcer, Gary Michael Capetta.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest on TBS. It is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first,
Richard Morton.
Richard Morton, who has really made a tremendous reputation for himself in the sport as a tag team wrestler, 4 times world tag team champion, but he's a phenomenal one-on-one athlete as well. Now, to be a great tag team wrestler, you got to be close to great one-on-one tag team wrestler. No question.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Johnny B. Bad.
he's from Macon, Georgia. He weighs 235 pounds.
That kind of a Dalton Castle thing going here with the cape.
World Championship Wrestling, Johnny B. Bad.
Johnny B. Bad weighing in at 235.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I marked out for Sean Mooney being on All In's announce team. I was happy about that. All In will be great. I sincerely hope so. I'm excited about it.
Very flamboyant, to say the least. There's only one man like Johnny B. Bad, and he is letting the confetti rip to our fans along the walkway there. He has become a very popular competitor here in WCW. But his opponent, Richard Morton, is all business. As we glance up at Morton, he has got a very much a game face on. That little lady wants to put $1 in the garter of Johnny B. Bad. Oops, she dropped her $1.
This little kid wants to put $1 in Johnny B. Bad's garter. That's
As an
a bit inappropriate. Daniel Bryan's current WWE contract ends on September 1st. Well, we'll see. Things could get interesting. If Daniel Bryan shows up at All In, I'll piss my pants.
Doing a great job right now of staying between Morton and Johnny B. Bad, because you're right, Richard wants to get right in there. But every time Morton would move toward Johnny B. Bad, Nick Patrick would be right there.
And the bell sounds, and
we're
ready for action. Johnny B. Bad, and we've documented many times, he's got a tremendous...
one half of the Rock and Roll Express taking on Mr. Sable.
His father was a professional wrestling referee. Richard Morton, certainly around the sport all his life, literally. Good counter move to the head scissors. Both men up very quickly. And Morton wisely going to the ropes to avoid those left hands. He doesn't want to get into a boxing environment here with Johnny B. Bad.
But he would love to get Johnny B. Bad rattled, and he may be able to accomplish that. Richard Morton may be one of the smartest wrestlers ever in WCW. He's faced them all, flamboyant, big, small, it doesn't matter. And this is nothing new to him, this little fray that Johnny B. Bad had in the beginning.
Johnny B. Bad.
Double axe handle by Johnny B. Bad.
Has a 23-pound weight advantage over Morton in this contest. And that may be a deciding factor, unless Morton can somehow use his quickness and mat wrestle the bigger man.
Well, Richard Morton has had it in his entire career.
Oh, roll up by B. Bad.
He's got him rolled up in a cradle, and he got 2.5. And
Ooh.
up quicker than Johnny B. Bad.
Would you like to see Cesaro versus Ishii? Yeah, I would. If Bryan doesn't re-sign, he'll be the hottest free agent in wrestling, without question. Did you see that New Japan put up the match Okada and Suzuki had in the rain up on the free New Japan World? You know what? I didn't know that, and I haven't seen that match. How was it? What was it like?
Johnny B. Bad literally to the post.
And it was the right move. I mean, when you're on TBS on the Clash of the Champions, and you're wrestling to try to get into that shot to get a chance at Jushin Thunder Liger, you got to take all the advantages you can, and he did.
Johnny B. Bad up and over, sunset flip, and Morton able to kick out at 2. Use his legs. Morton has a vast experience advantage in this contest, and he certainly, maybe before he went on the air, he was going to try to capitalize on any error, another near fall, or a lateral press into a near fall situation.
Oh, big power slam by B. Bad.
Executed it quite well, and this time Morton able to kick out.
No, I can watch a match with Japanese commentary.
And now Morton using his fist.
Morton trying in this match not to let Johnny B. Bad get any confidence at all. To get some of those blows, I can tell you that.
Oh,
Johnny B. Bad now.
Johnny B. Bad getting aggressive.
The advantage here, it would seem, but here comes Morton. Quickly as we say that, Morton's right back on the attack. Morton really trying to keep Johnny B. Bad off balance. Doing a good job of it. Crossbody press, Johnny B. Bad rolls right through, and he got it.
Well, that was sloppy. Okay, so Morton went for a flying crossbody, and they kind of rolled over, and B. Bad rolled on top of him, but it didn't look very crisp. And he didn't look like he was holding his shoulders down either. That was That match was meh.
As a victory for Johnny B. Bad, and as we said, you got to think that the weight advantage was a deciding factor.
English commentary is my preference, but if it's only available in Japanese, I can watch it.
That was great wrestling right there by Johnny B. Bad. Or was the end of the ropes? He was not. And it was a good call and a good win.
Fans, when we come back, Eric Bischoff and Missy Hyatt will have a very special interview as the Clash of the Champions continues.
PN News will be rapping. You'll want to be clapping. Fuck. How much of PN News do I have to tolerate?
Welcome back to World Championship Wrestling's Clash of the Champions, live from the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka.
Good old poop nugget. Here comes the poop nugget.
Welcome back to the Clash of Champions on TBS. Eric Bischoff along with Johnny B. Bad, who just before the break scored an impressive victory over Richard Morton and Flying Brian. And Flying Brian, we saw you in impressive six-man action a little earlier on.
Actually, it wasn't a six-man tag, Eric.
Thunder Live in Tokyo, Japan, and certainly given the amount of international prestige.
Be Bad just put a sticker on Bischoff's face for some reason. It's funny. Especially since it's like it's like a lipstick stain sticker.
And myself have developed a better rivalry, but it goes much deeper than arm drags and hip tosses for me. And I say that with the utmost respect for the Japanese people. But all I can remember since I was this high, a little kid growing up, all I've watched Japanese industries buying up neighborhood communities, turn them into high-rise office towers. Seeing close friends of mine, former classmates, looking in the eyes, seeing them there. Because they've lost their job.
Is Brian Pillman going to war with Japan? Like,
courtesy of a Japanese automaker. Well, I can assure you of one thing. Thunder Lego, that's one thing.
thank you. Thank you for sending that, Dragon Rider.
Take that belt back to Japan because January 29th, 1992, Super Bowl, I'm bringing that belt back where it belongs, the United States of America. Kiss that.
Oh! Pillman acting crazy.
Down to the ring.
I didn't mean nothing by it. Oh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest on the Clash of the Champions, it is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from the Diamond Mines, weighing 200.
Diamond Dallas Page making his in-ring Clash of Champions debut. Yo, it's me. It's me. It's DDP. Do you remember how you felt while you were watching the Pillman gun segment? Yeah, I remember thinking it's like, this feels fucking real. Like, this feels more real than it should. It's one of the craziest things they've ever filmed. Okay, so we get one of my favorites going up against one of the ones I've always hated the most. PN News, guys! Oh, God, is DDP... Am I going to have to watch DDP put over PN News? They gave him Rookie of the Year. Diamond Cutter, that fat rapping motherfucker. I hate you. I hate everything about you. The kids need to shut the fuck up. All right, Kendrick Lewis, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Nice having you on board. Crisscross. Leapfrog by DDP. DDP has Bret Hart colors right now. I want to see him in a rap battle with Cena and Enzo. And I want to die immediately if I lived in a world where something like that happened.
Career in the ring. For Diamond Dallas to be effective here, he's got to try to get this huge 403.5-pounder off his feet. And thus far, that game plan has not materialized as PN News rolls at 400 plus over DDP twice. Page very intelligent and very calculated, but he's got to be given the opportunity to execute his game plan. And thus far, the big man from Motown is not giving him any, as a Gordon Sullyism, any surcease. What he needs to do is roll out of the ring right now.
This is the elbow. God damn, I hope Paige goes over because I'm going to get sick. If that's in the record books, PN News went over Diamond Dallas Page. I think PN News is your arch enemy besides Cena. He's up there. PN News never got the mega push quite like Cena did. It's just, why are you here? How does this happen? How does something like that exist?
Again on the chest. PN News making a trifecta there. Great series of moves by DDP. He's not letting the big man get up. Neutralize the weight. Keep him on his feet. Page perhaps wanting to rewrite the lyrics into "Go Baby, Go Baby."
Russian leg sweep by Page.
Russian leg sweep by Diamond Dallas Page, who has turned the momentum now into his corner.
Yeah, Gordon Soley, he was great. He was one of the best.
Big man for getting up. Now you're going to try to bring him down again. Oh, my.
Goes for a slam. PN falls on top. 1, 2, no.
At 400 plus, he's at least 403. Yeah, at least. That's what we said he was 403 when he first came into WCW, Jim. I think it's changed since then. Dallas Page taking a chance.
Oh!
Loses his neck and snapping it off the top rope. Now, but you can tell he's still feeling the effects of all that weight being splashed on him early on.
Oh, crossbody by Page. No, PN kicks out. All right, this match has already gone too long. Boy, aren't we a bunch of wrestling nerds? Of course we are. Hello, FT Legend. Welcome to the stream. Belly to belly by PN News. Oh, my God. Top rope splash. 1. Jesus Christ. PN News just defeated Diamond Dallas Page. Granted, Page was very early into his development here, but it's just like the fact that that's on the record books just irritates me. Did you hear that Okada, Tanahashi, and Naito are already confirmed for the G1 Supercard at MSG? I did not know that, but it's good to know. Vince must be pissed. It's like, hey, I would think he'd have more important things to worry about. If he's not going to run a show out of the Garden WrestleMania weekend, let them run a show. Automatic worst match in Clash history. I wouldn't go that far. It wasn't a good match. I wouldn't call it a good match, but God. Oh, God, you fat rapping piece of shit. Here's an idea. Do real commentary for one of the matches if you were on commentary. That might not be a bad idea. I'd want to prepare for it first before I did something like that, but yeah, maybe that's something I could do. Cactus Jack at 6. Steiner at 5. Ricky Steamboat at 4. Stunning Steve at 3. Look at that. Sting at 2 and Rick Rude at 1, the U.S. champion.
The #1 ranked contender and the world heavyweight champion. The total package like Luger, and that's the top 10.
Dude Love versus Curry, man. Oh, Jesus. Surprising developments next.
Welcome back to TBS and the Clash of Champions. We're coming to you live from the King's Expo Center here in Topeka. You know, fans, I said during our last pay-per-view of 1991 Starrcade that 1992 would be WCW's biggest year ever. We have some very important announcements for you. First of all, I'd like to introduce all the great fans here in Topeka and all of our fans nationwide, the new man in charge of WCW, our new Executive Vice President. Please welcome with me Mr. K. Allen Fry. Mr. Fry, it's great working with you here in 1992.
Thanks very much, Tony. It's great to see you and great to be a part of World Championship Wrestling. You know, 1992 is going to be a year full of surprises for us, and I have the first surprise right here. This is a contract for the next World Heavyweight title match. It's going to be February 29th, Super Brawl 2, only on pay-per-view. And the signature on this contract, Tony, is none other than the total package. Lex Luger, the World Heavyweight Champion.
I tell you what, world title match during Super Brawl, it is going to be tremendous.
And that's not all, Tony. We've got more. Because with an event of this magnitude, I knew I had to go out and find the one person, the one personality who would do this event justice. And I found him. He's here tonight.
What would be your JR God-like catchphrase if you did? I don't know. It would have to be something that I just say a lot and it comes naturally. Jesse Ventura making his WCW debut. There's Jesse. Look at him. What's worse, a good idea with horrible execution or a bad idea altogether? Actually, you know what? A good idea with horrible execution is more upsetting because it's like, oh, this should have been good.
Having you with us here at WCW. Well, let me tell you what, Tony Schiavone, it's been a year and a half.
Schiavone was with WWE in 90, like 89 and 90. He was in WWE for a brief spell for about a year.
And Jesse the Body, the man who tells it like it is, will be the man at Super Brawl to broadcast it from start to finish. I'm pumped up. I've been out of wrestling far too long, and I'm back where I belong.
I think your commentary catchphrase should be crooked logo.
Tony, you take it over.
Crooked logo.
Okay, Mr. Fry, the main event. World Heavyweight title coming up at Super Brawl. Saturday, February 29th. Lex Luger, the champion, will defend against this man right here. Let's welcome Sting!
Sting! Sting will be getting that title shot, yo. There's a sight for you. Sting high-fiving Jesse Ventura.
Okay. It will be Sting and Lex Luger for the WCW World Heavyweight title. Mr. Fry has the contract. I know you had to sign the contract, but before you sign this contract, we have the WCW World Heavyweight Champion Lex Luger standing by with some comments for you. Let's go to Lex Luger at this time.
You know, a lot's been said about the seclusion of Lex Luger as of late. I call it the champion's prerogative. I call it preparation, both mentally. I'm getting in tune for the biggest event, the biggest match of my career, like I never have before. It's called concentration. It's called focusing on one thing and one thing only, and that's victory. Physically, I am in the finest condition of my life. My training regimen has never been more severe.
What is the best Hell in a Cell match to date? For me, personally, it's still Shawn and Taker. That's my personal favorite.
My lifetime for this match coming up. A lot's been said about friendship. Friendship is put aside when you step through those ropes and the bell sounds. It's all business, and Lex Luger takes care of business. That's why I'm the world's heavyweight champion. That's why, when it's all written, the storybook career of a total package Lex Luger, I just don't want to be the greatest wrestling champion of all time. I want to be known as the greatest athlete of all time. So when it's all said and done, Sting, after that match, you will just be another chapter in the storybook career of the greatest wrestler and the greatest athlete who ever lived, the total package, Lex Luger.
Okay, there it is, the comments from the heavyweight champion of the world, Lex Luger, Sting, and now it's time for you to make that signing in preparation for this big matchup.
Nice jacket with Sting. Like the black, what was it, black, gold, and white.
Right on the screen now, and do it right now. All right, there it is, the Stinger and Jesse, Super Brawl, Luger and Sting for the world title. Well, I love it. I came back here because this is what I said, the wrestling of the future. You got Sting, you got the total package, Lex Luger the champion, and you got Jesse the Body Ventura, who will be there from start to finish to broadcast this match. I'm fired up. WCW all the way.
I've heard people say at this time Luger looked like Triple H.
Total package.
It's kind of, yeah, a little bit.
Super Brawl. Be there. We'll be back after this word. Yeah.
Cactus Jack meets Heavy Metal. Is this the Cactus Jack Falls Count Anywhere match with Van Hammer? The match that earned them a bonus. The guy that, I forget the dude's name, but the guy that was in charge of running WCW at this point would hand out bonuses for having the best match on the card. And apparently this was the match that won on this show. Falls Count Anywhere match.
He weighs 297 pounds. Cactus Jack. Fans, while Cactus Jack makes his way to the ring, I'd like to remind you all that.
Yeah, it's always great to hear Jesse Ventura's voice. He just makes everything better.
At the Mecca box office and all Ticketmaster outlets in Milwaukee, you can charge by phone beginning at 10 o'clock.
Phone number no longer active.
Visa or MasterCard by calling 414-276-45.
Do you think that's a good idea, handing out pay bonus for the best match?
This Monday, beginning at 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern.
Well, yes and no. I mean, it's good to reward the wrestlers for their hard work, but at the same time, it's like, how do you determine what the best match is? Like, you'd have to like find a way to make that determination.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in this Falls Count Anywhere match, he's from New York City. He weighs 290 pounds. Heavy Metal. Van Hammer. These two men have had a bitter feud in WCW and a very interesting stipulation that Falls Count anywhere in the building, out of the building, or anywhere in the state of Kansas. I tell you, for Heavy Metal Van Hammer to agree to this match, to me, I don't know. I think you're really playing in the hands of Cactus Jack. Because if you go outside, you can use a chair or a ring post.
Whichever match had the most athletic ability and which wrestlers in the match had the most locker room leadership. Yeah, that's how you make that determination. Here we go. Van Hammer, flying crossbody. 1, 2, no.
In the ring, I've got to think that Hammer has the advantage. But out of the ring, this is Cactus Jack's domain.
Oh.
Hammer trying to end it early here in this contest.
Oh, jumping bulldog by Van Hammer. Leg drop to the back of the head. 1, 2, no.
297-pounder from Truth or Consequences, able to kick out. Jimmy Wright, you said the Cactus.
Oh, Cactus took him down. Big shot.
Irish maneuver. You can't do it too many times against Cactus Jack. Cactus going for the cover here, and he got 2.
But what if they leave the state of Kansas? Where would the count be once they go over state border? Fair question. That's where you get the lawyers involved. Cactus clothesline. Out they go.
All the way to the floor. And remember, the Falls Count anywhere. Literally anywhere. Senior referee Nick Patrick assigned this contest.
Into the guardrail.
With a very evil gleam in his eye earlier today when I attempted to converse with him about this matchup.
Have you heard the UFC fighters and fans commenting on Lesnar showing up at the end of UFC 226? I have not. All I know is that Lesnar is going to be fighting again. That's literally all I know.
Charlie Manson's favorite wrestler.
Great line, JR. Charlie Manson's favorite wrestler. Oh! Right into the concrete. No. Cactus elbow. No. No. Jesus Christ, no. Oh my God. 1, 2. Cactus just basically powerbombed himself on concrete to do a sunset flip from the... Jesus, Mick. Oh, guardrail.
Putting their bodies obviously on the line. No regard for their own welfare. Cactus with a side headlock, bringing Hammer up the stairs, up on the rampway now. As a sleeper hold.
Sleeper hold. Look at that, wrestling. Ooh, jawbreaker.
Drive his head up into the face of Cactus Jack.
Lesnar re-entered the USADA pool and can start fighting again in January.
Irish whip.
Oh, look at that. They did an Irish whip outside the ring using the ramp. Power slam. No.
I thought he had it right there.
You look like Michael Bolton from Office Space. No way. Why should I change? He's the one who sucks. Oh, big clothesline. The fighters are pissed and called it fake shit or close to that anyways. Favorite movie based purely on nostalgia? I guess Star Wars. That's like the one that takes me back to my childhood.
Right hand by Hammer. Another right hand finds his mark. The Cactus wrecked the eyes.
Oh, they're going up the ramp. What are they going to do? Suplex on the ramp. No! Turns it into a schoolboy or a small package.
Several near falls. Only 2 in the ring.
Oh, big clothesline.
Most near falls, too, by Van Hammer have been off of wrestling moves. And how do you execute a wrestling move in a match like this? It's very difficult to.
This man risking tremendous injury in this type of event.
Oh, God, he's going to hip toss him off the... Oh, dear.
4 feet down to the concrete.
Bad landing coming. Nope. Now Cactus gets hip tossed. Oh, God. Right on the concrete. Mick Foley, you crazy bastard. Why? Why would you do that? Hammer with a flying shoulder tackle. 1, 2. No, Cactus kicked out.
Got a 2 count out of it. We're going to keep our cameras with
Ooh.
us as best we can.
Any move such as that attempted atomic drop that time, even met with more force because there's no give, obviously, on a concrete floor.
Locking it up. Fans are fighting. We need to get a camera back there. We're going to take a real quick break till we get a camera back there.
Oh, fans are booing. They fought backstage. That's a good place to go to commercial.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking live out the back of the Kansas Expo Center. That's where this battle has gone.
Yeah, any spot. I'll tell you one that really got me was when New Jack jumped off a balcony with a guitar. This was at an ECW pay-per-view. He jumped off a balcony with a guitar, trying to hit the other guy with it, and with nothing to break his fall. So he basically jumped, from an insanely high height with a guitar, trying to hit somebody with a guitar, and then had no way to protect himself on the landing. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
That's Missy Hyatt trying to go where the action is, but there you see Hammer.
Why is there hay there? Where are they?
Hammer may be bleeding from under the arm from the rib cage.
He's trying to stab him with like a bull skull.
He's not going to get too close to that, I can tell you that.
Hammer's got a rope now around Cactus's neck. Trying to hang him, and Cactus is getting the...
They're going to go into like a fucking bullpen? Like, where the hell are they?
Tell you what, a lot of abrasions you can see from that asphalt on the outside.
They're rodeo animals.
Have you seen that guy who overshot a flip for way too high and landed on the floor instead of the... I have seen that, yes. That was also quite scary. Abdullah the Butcher just pops out of nowhere. Oh, with the shovel. 1, 2, 3. Cactus Jack wins. That was nuts. That was fun, but whatever happened to Missy? I don't know what she's doing now, but she went on to do like those wrestling vixens like nudie site or something. And now Cactus and Abdullah the Butcher are fighting.
That shovel shot was meant for Cactus because these two men, former partners, and now he sticks his head into that watering trough. It's cold outside here in Topeka,
Missy Hyatt is getting way too close to this. Why did he dump Missy Hyatt in the water?
Missy Hyatt thrown into the watering trough. She's going to freeze out there. Cactus and Abdullah continue to fight. These two men will meet
A foreign object shot won a match. These days, Roman kicked out of brass knucks. You know what's funny? I heard Jake Roberts mention that once, where it's like, wait a minute, so you do these matches where some people get hit in the face with a steel chair, and that's not the finish, but then they get hit with a regular wrestling move inside the ring, and that's the finish. Seems anticlimactic and doesn't make much sense. All right, next match, we've got the Freebirds, and who is that? Let me look it up. Brad Armstrong and Big Josh. You haven't seen Big Josh yet. You wouldn't want to see Missy all wet. Well, I mean, you know, from what I've heard about her sexual exploits, she's permanently wet. She's just always on the prowl.
Armstrong, he's so quick. Armstrong is second-generation wrestler. Father, Bullet Bob Armstrong, tremendous competitor in the southeastern part of the United States for many years. Hayes up and over. Good agility by the veteran Michael P.S. Hayes now. Trying to roll up. Brad Armstrong could not execute the
Right.
and did make the exchange with Garvin, who comes in with a lot of velocity in that clothesline. We have seen some incredible things right here on the Clash of the Champions.
If Brad Armstrong is Road Dogg's brother, is he the Road Cat? I mean, he could be if he wanted to. Oh!
And then we saw the most unusual situation outside, and now the Freebirds singing as they come in.
Freebirds! Top rope, crossbody. Armstrong kicks out.
The original Freebirds were formed in 1978. First team to really use a lot of
Big Josh gets the tag. Drop kick.
And Big Josh, 270 pounds.
And a big body slam by Big Josh. The log roll.
Big Josh arrived on the scene.
He slipped on the second turnbuckle there.
What a name he's made for himself in a short period of time. I talked to the Freebirds this past Sunday on my radio program on News Talk Radio AM.
Tagged him, Michael Hayes.
They hinted about this change in
Big body slam. Big Josh doing the log roll on Michael Hayes now.
But thus far, it's been a great scientific event, and that's how they've wrestled in the past several months.
Sunset flip. Nope.
Sunset flip. Big Josh in a near fall situation. Arm drag takeover takes Hayes down. Well, it may be scientific now, but I know Michael Hayes and Jimmy Jam quite well, and they are certainly will.
Apparently, Tyson Kidd produced a recent Rollins-McIntyre match, and it was really good. Okay. Nice to see Tyson Kidd doing something, given that Samoa Joe unintentionally ended his career, but nice to see he's got a role there to play at WWE.
And he hammers away at Jimmy Jam Garvin.
Ooh.
Garvin with a foot right to the midsection. Another Irish whip. Oh. And Big Josh and Garvin's heads cracked together. Garvin have enough left to tag in Hayes. And here comes the lightning quick Brad Armstrong. He'll soon be returning to Japan to challenge Jushin Liger for the light heavyweight title. Great stitch to the legs and a drop kick. And another on Jimmy Jam.
Drop kick after drop kick.
Possibly the greatest drop kick in WCW with Brad Armstrong.
Oh, Freebirds back in control.
Garvin tossed outside by Garvin and Hayes. And Big Josh beats them both with a double clothesline. Armstrong up on top. He comes down on Hayes. Big Josh being put out. Trying to go for a suplex.
Oh.
Garvin with a cheap shot.
Freebirds with a double DDT. 1, 2, 3. Freebirds win it. We don't get Bad Street USA? Can we get Bad Street, please? Oh, you guys are no fun. Oh, there we go. There we go. Said DDDDT? Yeah. Up close and personal with the Steiners. Oh, yeah, let's get Scotty talking. I need to hear that.
Welcome back to the Clash of Champions. And wrestling fans, the Steiner brothers have made their mark on World Championship Wrestling as one of the toughest, most technically gifted combinations in WCW history. Now, before we bring Rick and
Good God, look at that hair on Bischoff. I'd kill to have a head of hair like that.
In the hard-hitting world of WCW, no tag team commands the respect that has been earned by the awesome Steiner brothers. Rick and Scott have dominated all competition from their high school All-State days in Bay City, Michigan, through their successful amateur career at the University of Michigan. Professionally, this incomparable combination has won every major tag team belt by defeating wrestling's best teams. Their list of beaten opponents include the Road Warriors.
You don't believe it! That's the first time that I have ever seen the Road Warriors beat
The Samoan SWAT team. The Nasty Boys.
Nice highlight package for the Steiners. I like it. Frankensteiner.
Mr. Saito and the Great Lura for the Battle Carter Memorial Tag Team Tournament Championship. Hasei and Sasaki for the IWGP Championship. And Haseo Chana from Japan. It was after this match that Scott's massive bicep was torn and had to be surgically reattached. Rick carried on alone and challenged Lex Luger for the World Heavyweight title.
PN News was so bad. Yeah, damn right he was. He was, God, terrible.
With Scott at ringside, Rick came within seconds of the World Championship. But now, with both brothers healthy, Rick and Scott are focused on wrestling's most coveted tag team title, the WCW World Tag Team Championship.
Impressive indeed. Hello, everybody. I'm joined now by Rick and Scott Steiner. You're looking at a team here that started wrestling at the age of 14 years old. You two really got the taste of championships early. State high school champions, 2 times All-American in Michigan. And you're the only tag team in history.
How would Scott Steiner describe PN News in 2 words? He's fat, clearly.
The IWGP titles and the WCW World Tag Team titles. Now that you're back together again, the bicep...
Or rap sucks, one of those two.
At those WCW World Tag Team titles.
Well, you see, Eric, it goes like this. Someone came into my brother's house and stole something very precious, something that meant very much to us. Some people would go to the police and get law and order. Me and my brother have our own duty to take care of justice. You guys took something from us. Nobody ever beat us for them. And we coming after you two, Iron Anderson and Bobby Eaton.
How about it, Scott? You know, Eric Bischoff, they say patience is a virtue. Well, me and my brother are not patient anymore. We're ready to come back and reclaim something we never lost. Beautiful Bobby, Arn Anderson, put your name on a dotted line and we'll prove to you
the line.
Best tag team in wrestling. And just like Alice Cooper used to sing about, that is now our motto. When we step in the ring, it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. We'll come at you with bad intentions. You heard it.
30 years from now, will you be streaming current WWE? I doubt it. I doubt it. God, will I even be alive in 30 years? Who knows? All right, I'm going to take a very quick break. I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. I need to go check something real quick. Okay, guys, the hostage is still tied up, so I think we're okay. Oh my God! Somebody made that same joke. I'm late to the party. Okay.
Titanic tag team matchups. But first, our ring announcer, Gary Michael Capella.
Alrighty.
In the following contest of the Clash of the Champions, it is up for one fall with a 15-minute.
Were you checking up on your dinner? No, I was checking something in the bathroom. I have there's an entry point where mice can get in, so I have like a little sticky trap there, and I thought I heard something coming from the bathroom, so I went to go check it. Thomas Rich.
1981, a rugged veteran. But Tony, you talked to his opponent, who seems to be perhaps even more rugged and more nasty than Rich. He's very big. It's going to be his first appearance ever in WCW, and I'm surprised by the confidence exhibited by his opponent. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent. He is from Nevada. He weighs.
Who is this guy? Vinny Vegas. Kevin Nash in his third gimmick that we've seen here on the Clash of Champions. This is probably, of the three gimmicks he had, this is the one that's closest to his personality.
Some of his favorite offensive maneuvers. What's something called the snake eyes? Got my curiosity around. Well, he says his favorite maneuver is what is called snake eyes. And I asked him to explain what snake eyes was, and he said, hey, like, just wait and see, okay? So, who am I to talk to a 7-foot guy and try to prod him into telling me what's going on?
Right, we're one step away from Diesel.
Very brash man.
Yeah, him and Oz look a lot alike. They might be related. Vinny Vegas wrestling in the suit, because of course he is.
On Sunday, February the 9th, Vinny Vegas was taunting the fans, and you're right, it looks like a Maker D from the Riviera.
He took the jacket off at least.
Or a bouncer, I tell you what, he's a big one. Started off very dubiously against Rich.
Big clothesline.
There, putting Thomas Rich on his back.
Just think, in 3 years he'd be WWF champion. Less than 3 years.
A little bit later in the broadcast, and wait just a minute.
Maybe it too.
This being these snake eyes, a roll of the dice here.
Snake Eyes. That was his finisher?
Rich right across the top
1, 2, 3.
7 feet, and that's
He used Snake Eyes as a finisher? Wow.
Vinny Vegas.
Yep.
Really doesn't have-
Shawn Michaels gets him on board, and
He talked about it being very brash. He,
the beginnings of the clique is kind of born from that point, from Shawn and Diesel, right?
And the move he called snake eyes. And I mean, Rich hit hard on that top turnbuckle. And what a debut. Very impressive for this big guy we're going to be hearing a lot more about in WCW.
I loved in HBK's induction speech for Nash, he does his impression of Vince. This big guy is white hot.
Look forward to this.
If you could drive a DeLorean but couldn't travel through time, would you? What's the point of driving a DeLorean if you can't travel through time?
Coming up in just a few moments, 6-man tag action. Beautiful Bobby, Arn Anderson, and Larry Zbyszko to face The Natural, Dustin Rhodes, Ron Simmons, and Barry Windham. And then the match that everybody's waiting for, the tag team action. As stunning, Steve Austin and ravishing Rick Rude face Sting and Ricky the Dragon. Steve, you've got a lot to lose.
Every single prediction that I have made since I returned on October 27th has come true. Changes on the board of directors, the demise of Sting, the loss of the World Tag Team titles to Anderson and Eaton. Tonight, yet another prediction of Paulie Dangerously will come true. I am promising you right here on national TV tonight, one of your top 5 heroes is out. Finished for good. Injured, main, cripple. Will it be Barry Windham? organization.
Ooh.
Dustin, the natural road, son of a
God, Heyman is so good.
From Austin, Texas, the American Dream, Dusty Road. And speaking of dreams, will it be Ron Simmons the day after a glorious national holiday that sees all his dreams crushed?
Said you can drive up to random people and say, it's your kids. Something's got to be done about your kids. Apparently Heyman is now on the Raw writing team. I mean, they need help. He's a good guy to go with.
Have to watch Daddy suffer permanent disfigurement at the hands of the Dangerous Alliance. Or will tonight be the night that we put the final nail in Sting's coffin? Win, lose, or draw tonight, the Dangerous Alliance promises you one thing. One or more of your top heroes will wind up in the Magnum TA Wrestling Retirement Home. Now, you want to guess who it is? We got 2 matches left. I give you one clue. He'll never wrestle here again. And stay with us.
Oh, man. God, we had Bischoff and Heyman on screen together. How about that? If you went on Jeopardy and ended in the negatives, would you pay them that much money? Nobody else has ever had to, right? They don't charge people when they fall into the negatives.
Following contest on the Clash of the Champions 6-man tag team action. Set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing team number 1, all members of the Dangerous Alliance. Introducing first,
there we go.
The newly crowned World Tag Team Champions. They won them just days ago in Jacksonville, Florida. First, from Minnesota, weighing 260 pounds, Arn Anderson. From Huntsville, Alabama, 238 pounds.
I do remember that joke on The Simpsons. I do.
Bobby.
Beautiful Bobby, Arn Anderson, and Larry Z.
245 pounds, Larry the Cruncher Zbyszko, and they are accompanied by the Chief Executive Officer of the Dangerous Alliance, Paul E. Dangerously.
What a 6-man this should be. Back up to Gary Capetta.
And ladies and gentlemen,
There's Dustin, not quite Gold Dust yet.
introducing first from Austin, Texas,
Bobby Eaton was a great worker. Yeah, he was.
the Metro.
He was better in tag teams, but he was still a really solid worker. For a second, I thought that was Deadpool's logo on the side of his jacket.
275 pounds.
Ron Simmons.
All-American Ron Simmons. And their partner from Sweetwater, Texas, 278 pounds.
God, we got horsemen on both sides. Arn and Barry.
And window with that hand heavily taped. And man, he means business. That wild-eyed look from that tall Texan from Sweetwater. And he is a deranged human being. He has one hell of a score to settle for the Dangerous Alliance, especially Larry the Cruncher Zbyszko.
I tell you, you can see it, Jim. On the 3-man coming up the aisle towards the ring, it was Barry Windham who was more focused. Barry Windham had more purpose. And then
Oh, by the way, I haven't mentioned it. No crooked logo this week, guys. They finally did away with it. So we'll never have to see it again. Ever, ever, ever.
Beautiful Bobby defeated Dustin Rhodes and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in a very close, hard-fought event to win the WCW World Tag Team titles. What an elite group of 6 athletes. It's like an all-star game here.
Here we go.
Beautiful Bobby starting out, and it was Wyndham.
Got Eaton and Wyndham.
In this contest for his trio. And beautiful Bobby for the first high-impact win of the contest.
Be honest, you're gonna miss it. And I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I won't.
And he paid for it that time.
Yeah, you
Never.
better
I will
believe
never
that
miss it.
Arn and the Cruncher are going to work on that arm. If they don't, I'd be very surprised.
Watch it show up next week. Yeah.
2 big right hands by beautiful Bobby to right above us here. You're looking live in the Kansas Expo Center.
I missed the crooked logo already. It was quite the co-star on these streams, but the time is right. Did Barry Windham just no-sell a superplex? I've never seen that before.
What a Larry. He's like a man possessed. His eyes are, just glazed over.
Big lariat.
Another Larry and a beautiful Bobby being pummeled
one thing obviously on their mind. That's the injured one of their opponents.
Superplex by Wyndham. One, two, no.
And that's all. It was Anderson who broke up the count. And now all 6 men in there.
Oh, look at this. Triple figure fours.
And the Dangerous Alliance. And Jeffrey Anderson rakes the eyes to start a chain reaction.
The case here, Jim, if you watch my back and I watch yours.
Yeah, this is 92 WCW had a great roster. They did.
Simmons had finished 9th in the Heisman Trophy balloting. His senior year at Florida State has phenomenal power. But Larry the Cruncher Zbyszko, the veteran from Pittsburgh, had the leverage advantage. But there's too much power, too much strength from Big Ron Simmons for Zbyszko to contend with. And now Anderson.
Oh, look at this.
Can both men put Simmons down?
Look at Ron flip out of that. All right. Double elbows. Ron with a double shoulder block.
The former All-American nose tackle from Florida State exploding out of the box. Now he's got a bear hug on beautiful Bobby. Anderson in with a knee to the lower back.
Jim, it's so difficult for one referee to control things, especially with all the animosity going on in this one.
Oh, got one clothesline. Arm duck, though.
Anderson thinks he's avoided Simmons. No
Gorilla
Simmons
press and up and over. Down goes Arn. Down goes Larry. God, Simmons could beat him all himself.
Simmons going for the cover, but Zbyszko's well under the ropes.
Zbyszko had been outside for a long time, and he's the legal man.
Figure 18. I think you mean figure 12. Math.
Zbyszko very quickly makes the tag. I'm saying a great deal for his courage at this point in time in the match. Beautiful Bobby has been tagged in. And the natural, fascinating youngster from Austin.
Well, the thing with Vince and some of his logic, tag teams aren't a draw, and that's why Vince doesn't focus on them that much. It's like, Vince, you treat them like they don't matter. So, yeah, they're not a draw because you position them to not matter and not draw. So, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I'm thinking about winning this match.
Oh,
What a right hand. The natural.
but the New Day sold a shitload of merch, so tell me they don't draw.
See that, or he'd be disqualified.
Dustin! Flying clothesline over the top of it onto the ramp.
He met equal that lariat, and now he's thrown back inside the ring viciously. And he desperately needs to make the tag. He does tag Zbyszko, and Zbyszko has got to face Barry Windham.
Immediately, Dustin saw that Zbyszko had gotten the tag.
Yeah, NXT's produced a lot of great tag teams, and then they always misuse them.
And I think you're finding Zbyszko very cautious here.
It was Zbyszko who led the charge on October 27th at Halloween Havoc in breaking Wyndham's hand.
Oh, Wyndham missed on that one.
And Zbyszko was pulled out of the way by his teammate.
Once again, it's a case of sending the Dangerous Alliance member into his corner. And that is all.
Pile driver by Larry. No. Wyndham backdrops out of it.
But it's countered with back body drop by Barry Windham. Zbyszko rolling to the outside. He's hitting everything that moves in a different color jersey. And there's a
Big drop kick by Barry.
Oh my gosh! He dropped south about 7 feet. And it's Anderson face first to the canvas.
Damn, Barry.
I've never seen Windham with as much aggression, with much tenacity as we're seeing here. And he wants Zbyszko. That is so obvious.
All he was poised with that thought he was going to nail Barry, but Barry.
Up, Dustin got the tag. Blind tag.
Windham is tagged.
Oh, there you go.
Dustin Rhodes.
Larry is in trouble. God, Dustin looks so young here. Looks like a kid. Oh, tried the jump again. It did not work. Crashed and burned on the ramp.
Avoided Rhodes, who went sailing over the top rope. And watch dangerously.
Dangerously with that fucking cell phone.
And it may have even been low below the belt.
Could you imagine somebody using an iPhone as a weapon today? They'd be like, no, I can't. I need this.
Oh my goodness. Swinging neck breaker on the inside, and Dustin's in major trouble.
Barry Windham had to be restrained. He's now back in this corner. But the youngest man in this contest
Who would win, Goldust or Black Rain? Black Rain, because he's got Misty the Arctic Fox as his partner. Spine Buster by Double A. No.
Only the first mistake. The spine buster is effective only if you wear the man down much more than Dustin's been worn down. Stand there.
Oh, Dustin got his knees up.
The son of the legendary American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Pull those knees up and
oh, DDT by Arn.
Actually,
did you like Black Rain?
DDT.
I thought there was potential there, but the execution was poor. So no.
Anderson now finally gets an arm across Rhodes, and he got it off. The right shoulder barely came up, and Anderson's so frustrated at this point in the matchup.
I think at time Dustin very fortunate he landed in his corner because he could hear Barry Windham and his encouragements and helped him get up before the 3 count.
Beautiful Bobby. Now, going up top.
Jay Eaton going up top.
It's an Alabama jam time.
Hit the elbow.
You realize that the last 3 TV champions in WCW are all now the Dangerous Alliance. One of them on top right there. And the Diva Kid barely got his shoulder up. Dangerously has put together a real team of all-stars.
There you go.
And Dustin Irish whipped into the corner.
Oh, Eaton. Just Bronco Bustered his nuts right into the fucking turnbuckle.
Found himself
Not a fun landing.
on the second turnbuckle when he makes a tag.
You know, the comments that Pauline made with Eric earlier on makes you wonder if they are out to win a match here or out to put somebody completely out of WCW, like Pauline said, before the night is over.
Oh, Dustin got his feet up.
Dustin Rhodes, those big size 13 cowboy boots, right in the face.
Future New Japan pay-per-view. The Golden Elite versus the Firing Squad. Ooh. That'd be cool. That could be your main event for the Super Show WrestleMania weekend. Firing Squad needs more members, but Dustin got the tag. In goes Barry.
That heavily wrapped hand touches the equal area. The doctors have told Barry, we're not sure you should be wrestling. He has found
Hey, Barry. Is Barry good? Yes, he is, other Barry. Yes, he is.
risking his own welfare to compete here at the Clash.
Back body drop.
Back body drop, and a lateral press, and in comes a cruncher. He's met with that right hand that has had to be.
Oh, Arn getting the cheap shot in.
Well, it may be a cheap shot.
Now Ron and Dustin are like, I had enough of this shit.
Anderson and Rhodes fighting to the outside. The cruncher.
Oh! Wyndham just knocked him out. 1, 2, 3. Faces win. Good match. Enjoyed that. Nice, good, solid tag match.
Wyndham's hand heavily taped, and that protective covering may have been the deciding factor in that, Tony.
Do you have a favorite episode of Lucha Underground? Oh, God. Not one that jumps out at me. I'd have to think about it. Like the first Trios Champion episode, the first Grave Consequences, Ultima Lucha 1 Part 2, the Hell of War match. Yeah. There's too many. There's just way too fucking many.
And Steamboat versus Rude in Austin. We'll be back on TBS after this.
I got the main event, guys. Rick Rude and Steve Austin versus Sting and Ricky Steamboat.
Jesse the Body Ventura here at ringside, but right now my colleague Tony Schiavone is standing by in the locker room.
Okay, Jim, thanks very much. A tremendous six-man win for this combination of Simmons, Dustin Rhodes, and Barry Windham. Paulie made the statement early on. Another man would go down at the hands of the Dangerous Alliance. It was not you because you felt it before.
I'll tell you what, Shivani, you know me well, and I'm not the kind of person to exactly do what I'm told.
I don't give a damn what WCW says. I don't give a damn what...
How big a star was Austin here? Not the biggest star. He was like a really solid mid-carder and was well-liked, but it's like, let's see where he goes. He wasn't like a main eventer yet. What about favorite episode of The Simpsons? Probably Homer's Enemy. The Frank Grimes episode. I love that one. Who's a better athlete, Charlotte or Bianca Belair? I haven't seen enough of Bianca Belair to really make a comparison.
I thought I was never going to wrestle again because I thought I was through. It's not everybody that gets their hand slammed in a car door and it comes back and does what they do best. Larry Sabisco, you mark my words. The pain I felt is only a fraction because I guarantee you, just as Paul Lee dangerously made the prediction that one man would fall tonight, and he hasn't as of yet, I predict that you and anyone involved with you is going to fall and be crippled and be out of this sport forever.
Take a look. Paul Lee wanted a war, and he got one. Let's go back to ringside. Thanks very much, Tony. I'm here with Jesse the Body Ventura. We'll join our broadcast crew at Super Brawl. The big main event just coming up in just a few moments. What do you see in this big tag team war?
Well, first of all, I'm excited because this is my first official broadcast in WCW.
If you were put in charge of that all-women's pay-per-view, what matches would you like to put on it if they were all booked and promoted properly? I think at this point, Bayley versus Sasha has to be on there because they've just been dragged that storyline on forever. And it's like, God, let's just do that match and get it over with. Which sounds pathetic because in NXT, it's like, oh my God, this is going to be the match. And now it's like, good God, can we just do the match already so we can move on and be done with it? I'm trying to think of some other ones. Asuka versus Becky Lynch, that'd be a good one. Nikki Cross versus Alexa would be a good one. Maybe Bianca Belair versus Charlotte, that might be a decent one. Get Toni Storm involved somehow, that might be good.
Of the champions, it is set for one fall with TV time remaining. Introducing first, members of the Dangerous Alliance. First from Hollywood, California, he weighs 258 pounds. The World Television Champion.
Would the 24-hour rule work today? Maybe on a short-term basis, not as like a long-term thing that drags for 3 years. It would just get tiresome. He's simply ravishing.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape, cable watching couch potatoes.
Have you ever thought about redoing your favorite Raw episode since the original was taken down? Maybe take all the clips out of it. Yeah, maybe I could. I miss JYD. Yeah, we're kind of done with JYD at this point, both for the Clash and for Saturday night's main event.
United States Heavyweight Champion, currently ranked number 1 in the WCW Top 10, in phenomenal shape. His partner, Stunning Steve, ranked number 3.
You know what I like about this, Jim Ross?
What's that, Jess?
You know, if I was 20 years older, these two guys could be my sons. They remind me of me.
And ladies and gentlemen,
all right, we've got all these main eventers. Now we got Jim Ross and Jesse Ventura calling the main event. That's pretty cool. There's Ricky. Two of my favorite baby faces of all time, Sting and Ricky Steamboat. It's the Patrick Dream Team. When you're done with the Saturday night's main event, the Clashes, what are you going to live stream next? I have an idea for WrestleMania. And then after WrestleMania, I was thinking about doing it for Starrcade. But we'll see. We'll see if everything goes according to plan.
number 2 in the WCW World Top 10. Steamboat is number 4. So wrestlers 1, 2, 3, and 4 all involved.
Oh, and they even met. It's the top 4 contenders.
The senior referee assigned
of the top 10.
This is pretty remarkable, you know, Jim Ross. It's a very rare occasion when you get the top 4 contenders in the ring at one time. And I'll tell you what, Sting better be careful because he's got a shot at the champ. So how much can he possibly...
Stream the Raws and Nitros that went up against each other. That would be interesting. Might be a little long, though. That's my problem with doing that. I thought about doing that, but it's like, that would be long.
Why do you say that?
Because he doesn't do it very
I mean, for God's sake, that would be from 95 to early 2000, so like 5.5 years of material, and the shows kept getting longer and longer. It would take forever to get to them all. WCW had the roster at this time. Yeah, they had a great fucking roster. And they didn't even have Ric Flair. Ric Flair was over in the WWF at this point. Steamboat and Austin. They had some really good matches. Austin still looks like Ziggler here. It's amazing. Steamboat comes back and knocks him down.
Austin and Steamboat have both been Pro Wrestling Illustrated Rookies of the Year. So I want to thank Dennis Brand and Craig Peters for their assistance in preparing this broadcast tonight.
Nope.
Good move there by Steamboat.
Backslide by Steamboat. No.
He got a 2 count.
Well, it was very close, like that, a dragon.
Jackknife roll up. Nope.
He almost had it. Steamboat inside cradle. He's got it locked up. He may have it here, but Austin too strong.
You know, this could be very interesting.
What would your ideal Invasion pay-per-view main event be if no one was injured, you had access to everyone on both rosters? I think the 10-man tag was a good one to do as like a starting point, because the Invasion pay-per-view was kind of like the first part. And I'd want to do like Austin versus Goldberg and Taker versus Sting and Hogan versus Rock and all those other ones, like down the road at like WrestleMania or something. But for a first show, like the 10-man tag is a good idea. But it would be like on the WWF side, it would be Austin, Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, and probably Jericho. No, Kurt Angle would be a good one as well. And then on the WCW side, I would have had like Flair, Sting, Goldberg, DDP, and who would have worked? Probably Luger, if he was available. HBK, see, I'm thinking because HBK wasn't available at that point, but you said if I had everybody. Yeah, I would have saved HBK's return for something bigger. Yeah. Ooh. Sting wants Rude. There you go. Oh, bitch. Tagged out.
How do I figure that? He's trying to entice Sting into the corner. If he gets him in the corner, they got the 2-on-1 situation they're looking for.
Look at Jesse analyzing this shit.
On the poll on our 900 number about Paulie dangerously being allowed at ringside for a...
DX versus NWO. Yeah, they could have done that.
We'll have the results of that this Saturday on WCW when the Steiners meet 2 members of the Dangerous Alliance.
Well, I voted already, and I voted that Paulie Witt should be on the sideline.
For some reason, that doesn't surprise me as Rude opens up an advantage offensively on the Stinger.
And now Sting's getting dangerous. He's getting over towards that corner.
Leapfrog by Sting. Oh! Ducks the clothesline. Atomic drop on Rude.
And believe me, Jim Ross, you want to see what that feels like.
I'll pass. I'll take
What's bigger than WCW versus WWE?
Rude.
Nothing that I can think of at that time.
They need to bail out. They need to get out of the ring and regroup with Paulie. Now, what kind of a move is that on a Sting?
Ooh.
out of aggression, out of anger.
Scratching with the fingernails. Come on, this guy's supposed to be a hero.
Sting with the Irish whip takes him with a lot of velocity to the corner on the far side of the ring.
Would you put the NWO on the WCW team? No, that I would have saved that for later.
Gut wrench.
And I would have treated them like their own faction. Like, who are they going to be with? Are they going to side with WWE? They're going to side with WCW? They would have been like rogues.
Sting, single leg pickup. Now the modified version of the camel clutch. You know this move.
Well, he needs to sit back with it. He's got to get back and lock the fingers. We could get a submission. I'd say on any normal.
How would you write American Badass Taker to go up against Crow Sting? I wouldn't. I would transform him back into the Dead Man. That's how that match works. Oh, look at Sting mocking Rude.
Emulating the ravishing one right in Pauline Dangerously's face, and the brash manager, the psycho yuppie from Scarsdale.
The psycho yuppie from Scarsdale.
Sting and Steamboat make an exchange.
Wait a minute. Did they tag?
I didn't see a
I
tag.
didn't see no tag on a Sting and Steamboat. Come on, referee, do your job. You did not see a tag. Switch them back.
Oh, the faces are cheating.
This phenomenal crowd here in Topeka, not wanting Steamboat to leave, and now Steamboat.
What's that? What was that move, Steamboat?
He's grinding on.
Look at that. Another illegal tag, Jim Ross.
Well, he's a legal man, right? You wanted him to make the exchange.
Yeah, don't give me that. That's an illegal tag. These guys are cheating. I can't believe it.
And you think the Dangerous Alliance will never
Would Vince being the father of Steph's child be worse than the Vince-Steph feud we got? Yes. Yes. That would have been horrible.
They're supposed to be.
Oh! Rude just low-blowed Sting.
I think Sting's a soprano. The next time he does Roxanne, it's going to be at soprano level.
Rude, lower back, being punished. Perhaps he should make the tag here. He buries a knee, and now does make the tag to the television champion.
And now the Stinger's in trouble because he's caught in the wrong corner.
Now we've got Sting in the ring with Steve Austin.
They're right above us here.
And Stunning Steve trying to get him to eat the buckle, but Sting blocks it.
Austin takes the turnbuckle.
Is Austin going to take a scorpion or a Stinger splash?
Austin the knee.
No.
Strategically placed in the abdomen. Sting in trouble. Austin with the Irish whip to the center. And the elbow.
Back elbow by Austin.
Elbow right there. The Stinger's in big.
You know, it's funny. Like, Austin
There you got two.
wound up being the biggest star of the four, and he looks the least like a star here, and he looks the least polished. Like Rude, Sting, and Steamboat all look super comfortable, and Austin's still trying to find himself, clearly.
He's got a 5 count to get out of the ring. He's using that to his advantage to double team the Stinger.
Yeah, I don't like that either. It's like they use the defense of WWE. Oh, it's entertainment. It's like, yeah, but they suck at it. So it's not funny if it's not doesn't lead anywhere. If it doesn't enhance the story, then why the fuck are they doing it?
They're close. And Rude knocking Steamboat down before Steve can make the tag. Now he goes to the lateral press.
Did Sting start using the Scorpion Death Drop after he became Crow Sting? I think so. That's about the time he started using it.
He should have hooked the leg. He did not hook the leg. You got to do that.
Just even though Steve has had major problems with the Dangerous Alliance, will the signing of that world title match affect
Oh,
his
couldn't get the tag.
this contest?
Back suplex.
It'll be a major setback for him if he gets pinned here. The Clash of Champions, if he goes down to defeat.
Austin again with a cheap shot on Steamboat, precluding a tag. Irish whip Sting in again. Sting.
Sunset flip.
Trying to go for the sunset flip. Austin with a wide base. And
Oh, Austin missed with the shot.
Sting avoided it. And Sting-
Got to tag this Steamboat.
And here comes the Dragon.
Steamboat is well rested, and he's dealing Austin. And Rude, the martial
He's
arts
chopping away and going crazy.
in control.
Meeting of the minds.
On this tag team match.
Boom.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's got
One,
from the
two.
The referee better get some control
Oh.
in there. He's got 3 men in the ring. There's only supposed to be 2.
Martial arts to the abdomen. A forearm to the kidneys. and
Victory roll.
Division champion.
There you go.
Pushing over to victory roll.
Oh.
He had him pinned, and Rude now interferes. Rude came in illegally.
And so did Sting. So it's all fair in love and war, Jim Ross.
And indeed, this is a war. Jim Ross and Jesse Ventura at ringside.
Oh.
Live here on TBS.
Big shot on Ricky.
He caught him flush on the chops with that one. And Ricky the Dragon is now going to eat Rick Rude's knee. The Dragon in major, major trouble here. Going to get double teamed in the corner.
And the classic tag team strategy. they are keeping Steamboat in their half of the ring.
That's right. That's important. In any tag team confrontation, you want to cut the ring off and do it on your side of that 50-yard marker.
Again, the tag made, and look at Steamboat's positioning near the corner of the Dangerous Alliance. Steamboat has such great cardiovascular conditioning and great resiliency, but it's reversed by Austin.
There we go.
Great agility by Steamboat. Trying to roll.
Oh!
Held onto the rope. Austin at 258, Steamboat 235.
Big roll up.
With a quick inside
1,
cradle.
2, oh.
And Sting in.
We got all four in there now. Referee's losing control of it.
Sting being tossed on the rampway by Ravishing Rick Rude. I think Austin and Steamboat are the legal men in this match right now.
You're correct at that. Austin and Steamboat are the legal men, and Sting's taking it to outside the ring.
Sting and Austin battling up the entry ramp.
Austin better watch out. He could get pounded out. He's not the legal man.
Sting thrown off the ramp. Rude is
Uh-oh.
hammering away.
Is Sting going to do something awesome here?
And Austin continues with a backbreaker on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Trying to injure Steamboat's back. Sting up on top. Steamboat.
Look at that! 1, 2, 3. Faces win. Who played NWO Fake Sting? I forget his name. Firebreaker Chip, I think. Wasn't he Fake Sting?
Two guys pinned one guy.
You gotta give the assist to Sting, but there's a rude awakening.
Which was the better show today?
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
I'd say Clash of Champions overall.
And now's when Paul Lee and the boys are going to...
Some really good tag matches on this show.
Oh,
Rude Awakening on Ricky Steamboat.
No reason for this. The second rude awakening.
I think the dragon's been awakened.
The human anatomy cannot sustain this. And
Oh,
now he's
look
got
at
that
this.
belt.
Oh.
Whoa! He's giving him a good old-fashioned country whipping.
The security men are being lashed as well. Sting trying to come back in and protect his partner.
And we got all hell breaking loose in there now.
Oh, God, even Paul Heyman's kicking away and beating up the security guy.
With Steamboat, but Sting covering on his partner.
Sting's protecting Ricky. Oh, and that's sweet.
They might as well double team now with their whipping.
Austin and Rude continuing this onslaught. Look at Rude lashing away. Sting protecting his partner. Sting here, absolutely no reason. Two rude awakenings. And Jesse, why two? Why did he do that?
I'll tell you why there was a reason. It was an illegal pinfall. You saw it, Jim Ross, right in the center of that ring. It took two guys to pin Steve Austin. I don't blame them at all for what they did.
Steamboat is gonna need some
Of course, Jesse's okay with what the heels did.
Here in the ring, two rude awakenings by the U.S. champion. But what about, we just have a few more moments. You'll be at Super Brawl on the 29th.
I will be at Super Brawl. I will be broadcasting it from beginning to end for the championship of WCW. Sting faces the total package Lex Luger.
Fans, don't forget, we'll have a complete report on this Saturday on WCW. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Jim Ross. So that concludes the 18th edition of the Clash of Champions. Really entertaining show. Some really solid and fun matches on there. And we got the main event to Super Bowl II set up. So a lot of positive things. We've got two really good shows this week, so I'm really happy with them. Next week's show's going to be very interesting. For the Clash of Champions 19, we're getting basically Great American Bash Part 1, where the early rounds of the tag team tournament that was featured on Great American Bash 92 are going to take place on Clash of Champions 19. So we've got that to look forward to. And on Saturday night's main event, number 20, yes, we're up to 20 now with Saturday night's main event. The Mega Powers have been split. The main event to WrestleMania 5 is set. And the major angle of the show will be Miss Elizabeth making her decision. Whose corner will she be in? Randy Savage or Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 5. So a lot to look forward to next week. But that is about all I have for you guys this week. So once again, thank you everyone for joining. Hopefully you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I've got shit to do tonight. I've got to start getting ready and doing all kinds of fun stuff. But I'm done this weekend. I'm done with this stream. Thank you all again for watching, and hope to see you all again next week.